allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Hello there.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Sorry for the late start. Kind of encountered some little technical, issue. Now that we are here, share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them Maiyegun today.
Maiyegun diary number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary number one.
The Tribunal has given a date to deliver their judgments, but there is more. After the initial warning, wetting the ground and all that by those who have been trying to gaslight you, the DSS has now moved into the whole fight. In their own case, they are ready to arrest as many people as possible before the soldiers will start shooting everybody. Some of the judges are already moving their families out of Nigeria. That is not news, but you should be aware of. Odili, Odili, the one that gave this one a few days ago, telling you that if you have been defeated in an election, learn how to accept defeat. Don't bring the roof down. And on and on and on. She left Nigeria yesterday. She's currently in the UK, according to those in the know. Why did they choose Wednesday for the day to deliver the judgments? I'll tell you. MLC is going on strike from tomorrow and Wednesday, but the tribunal will deliver the judgment on Wednesday. They want to do it without anybody, in court, except those they want to be in court. And in this case, it is by invitation. So, you would have to watch it at home. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. I bet every one of you watching this video right now is aware that the tribunal, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal in Nigeria, has given the date to deliver their judgment on the petition of Peter Obi versus INEC, Tinubu, APC, as well as the case between Atiku versus Tinubu, APC, and INEC, and then another political party called APM or thereabouts. Now, in all of those of you, for those of you who have been following the, case, as well as those who have been raising the red flags about the compromised judiciary, okay? So, the tension of what this first judicial pronouncement on this 2023 electoral charade and the future of Nigeria after that has brought about so many commentators from across board, those who are in support of Tinubu and APC, Egbekegbe, those who are in support of Peter Obi, the obedient, those who are in support of Atiku, the SPV boys. For those who have been kind of in these different camps, there is this consensus, right, that something is going to go wrong and the judiciary will be responsible for it. And in the last few weeks, especially last few weeks, the judiciary themselves, or those who have business with the judiciary themselves, they have been kind of trying to kind of impress it upon us that, listen, it is not going to be the responsibility of the judiciary on whichever way the judgment goes. But just before we go any further, this is just a proviso, right? Now, people are asking, they are saying, if the judiciary, who should be the last hope of a common man, as they'll say, if they want to adjudicate based on the evidence before them, right? They have the following 7 things that they would have to explain to the rest of Nigerians and the rest of the world of why Tinubu in the first place is allowed to be sworn in. These 7, you know what I mean? Now that should be, mostly it's actually like I said, it's like a consensus, like, even Atiku guys, they are working around that same 7 indictments. So the bottom line is judiciary, who are also Nigerians themselves, they are not those who conducted the election, of course. But if evidence before them shows that out of 176,000 polling units results, okay, 18,000 of them completely blank, no number, no figure, no nothing. 18,000 polling units. 25,000 polling unit results mutilated. that you have to kind of be very kind of meticulous in picking whatever they have TPEX here and there. 25,000 polling units. In all, 43,000 polling units results are completely unexplainable. It's before them. So then they decided to kind of single out most of you who are the obedient. I don't know if you have noticed. You are the ones who kind of are more confident that you won the election. Even Tinubu, you know what I mean, knows that he didn't win an election. Atiku is not asking them to declare him winner. So that automatically makes it easier for them to point at you, these new entrants. Those of you they call the irritants, disrespectful, and they also call you the mob. Others call you fascist. And they are kind of building their own evidence around your rage. Number one, there is already an ongoing problems in Nigeria. There are already ongoing problems in Nigeria. And with the request, the constant and consistent request for give us a date, right? And then suddenly, they just came from the blues. Wednesday, 1 day notice. Tomorrow is the only day you have, because day after that, they will deliver their judgment. After all the gaslighting, which haven't really stopped, by the way. But there are latest updates on that. Why did the tribunal suddenly have to pick Wednesday among every other days? There is. Tinubu is on his way to Mumbai, being a New Delhi in India, where they want to hold G20 summit. That will be the first time that Tinubu will officially represent Nigeria in kind of that high caliber international meet, not like the kangaroo one that Macron organized because of Niger. No. The credibility and legitimacy of Tinubu as president of Nigeria is in question, and the whole world knows about it, but he's already sworn in. So what can we do? That was where Wike comes in. That was where the role and the speech delivered by Odili 2 days ago, they started linking up now. They started making sense. So they want Tinubu, right, to be outside Nigeria when they will read the judgment that they've already written. For those who are around Wike, they said he is already celebrating. He's already told everyone around him it is going to be all 5. That is 5-5. 5 judges. And the whole judgment will come, and it's going to be for Tinubu. That is over. That between now and then next weekend, this was this past weekend though. So this week, the whole thing will be over. And in order to package this legitimacy thing, they said even America is aware. In fact, they are in on it. Something that will make it kind of look legitimate for Biden to meet with Tinubu in New York this month after the India trip. So how is it going to then play out? Let the tribunal bring forward their judgment day. Deliver that judgment just when you are outside Nigeria. Any reaction towards or after that, right? You won't be there. The military can actually step in. But there is another mix-up. Last week, NLC, they gave a warning that they were going to go on a 2-day warning strike. And that would be the 5th and the 6th of September. So which means that's already in the public domain. Okay? the judiciary must kind of be aware of that too. If I can be aware, and if some of you can be aware, they are aware too. So, there are Nigerians who have kind of been so pressed. They believe that something is not right. The judiciary is compromised. And no amount of evidence you see out right now is going to sway them in doing the right thing. So the distrust, the mistrust in the judiciary is so strong, that the reaction of this judiciary themselves, these judges and all of them, is just kind of laying credence to the suspicion of everyone. So people are like, we need this, or we are going to move to the tribunal this, we are going to mobilize this or that. If they burn the tribunal, if they burn them well, let them give a wrong judgment, let them give this or that. As people are kind of vituperating and mobilizing, it is already gaining momentum in Nigeria. Do you understand? This issue of all eyes on judiciary that you are hearing on social media and on the media in Nigeria is actually something that is gaining popularity on the streets already, giving them the concern that won't it, I mean, could there be a kind of an arrangement that the moment the judiciary delivers the judgment, people are just going to mobilize themselves. And in a case whereby all the information of all the judges, their families, their, every one of them, relatives and all that, have already been made public, trying to, like tell them that you are about to hand Nigeria over to drug dealers, criminals, so you will be responsible for what happened after. But behind the scene, the real people who are feeling the threats, or reacting to the threats, are the Tinubu's people. So their own expectation is that whether you like it or not, whether you scream from now till end of the world, okay, the tribunal will deliver the judgment and then legitimize Tinubu in order to boost his United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York the same month. So as already planned, Tinubu himself is already working around, he's already working with them on that. He's going to leave Nigeria either tonight or tomorrow to be reassured that everything is well and fine. He met with the service chiefs today. Just telling them that this is the plan. This is what's going to happen. Okay? So some people are now kind of suspecting that, you see this NLC that has kind of, that's going on strike from tomorrow and Wednesday. Banks are joining them for the first time. Banks are joining them. It's going to be like a total shutdown. But a lot of people are suspecting that that could be the usual trick. Get everybody to be so ready and then call it off. So that the tension of, there's going to be strike or there's going to be protest, whatever, right? Will be so this, and then they've done a meeting, nothing. Then tribunal will deliver their judgment. Any one of you who try to kind of show any displeasure is going to be a clamp down. I have seen people who are also saying, if it's going to go down, let it go down now. Maybe this is when Obi will know that this is not about him. Some are already saying that. But let's take a little bit of a step back, few steps back now. Do you know that at the same meeting where Odili read that prepared threatening, prepared threat-laden speech, the host called Gazama, who happened to also be a retired justice, in that same gathering, Ola Nipekun, Iro Nipekun, who Odili said is an expert in election litigation, Gaizama that hosted them actually warned them at that same gathering, talking about the destruction of democratic institutions in Niger and Gabon. He was telling the judges present in that gathering that when that happened, when the coup in Gabon happened, he sent texts to some of his friends, and some of them that responded back responded that how they wish that happened in Nigeria now, because this country is gone. So which means saving this country right now is on the shoulder of the judiciary. Nobody say them go here, but the guy warned them. Now, wetting the floor, like I said, when Odili threatened Nigerians, letting them know that if they are defeated, so if you are cheated, that's what she said. If you are cheated in an election, learn how to accept the defeat. Don't bring down the roof of the country because you might think you want to bring down the roof of the country. The consequences of that, the response and what will come after you is going to be like a rocket, a missile that you probably didn't bargain for. Something Gaizama also said, the military coup is like a missile. You fire it, that's it. You just don't probably have no idea where it's going to land, what damages it's going to cause, who are going to be the victims, and therefore the judiciary should do the right thing. I know they won't. Next 2 days, less than 48 hours. It is either going to be like they pour gasoline on Nigeria and the flame is woo, woo, woo. Or they pour chilled water, very cold water, on the entire Nigeria and the Nigerians in the next, well, in less than 48 hours. To make you understand why the road to Damascus, somebody said that earlier today. They said Nigeria is on the road to Damascus. An election is rigged, like shamelessly rigged. Evidence abound. Laws were broken. Laws of Nigeria were broken. And those who broke the law, they are turning the yansh on everybody to come and do your worst. What are you going to do? Only if they had listened. I would say, maybe it wouldn't have gotten to this. I'll take you back a bit. Before I take you to Odili and that same gathering that we heard of yesterday. Somebody tried to stop Yakubu. You are doing it wrong. You're going to break this country. You're going to burn this country. You can't do this. This is wrong. But because the person who was saying that, Keneri Dino, had no clear credibility, it was ignored. And Nigeria is now on the way to Damascus. A throwback to when Yakubu decided to announce Tinubu at 4 a.m. in the morning. Prior to that, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. The agent of the PRP, PDP, can you please repeat what you said on the basis of the provision of the law?
What I just want to quickly react to the presentation by the chairman on we are in this country, and the INEC made a press statement when uploads were not done. You even said there was no hacking of your server and all that. And everyone sitting there is either a Christian or a Muslim. And you know there was problem with uploading your results. Till this minute I'm speaking, many results have not been uploaded on your server. So you cannot be using justification that votes took place at the polling units when INEC failed in uploading results from polling units. If you had uploaded those results immediately after vote was casted in each polling unit, we will have access to them and I will not be asking questions here. But as I speak to you, those results were not uploaded for hours. Yesterday, I complained to you, the chairman. I complained to 2 other commissioners, and in my presence, they called the rec in Imo, where even the director of ICT was saying they should use offline to upload. So if results were not uploaded, we as parties cannot be challenged that the process is over. The process is not over because it is faulty. Results were not uploaded, and if those results were not uploaded, we are definitely going to contest the authenticity of whatever presentation is being made here. And finally, sir, I want to challenge any returning officer from any state coming here, because there's penalty for you if you lie or if you alter anything. Tell us before you start your presentation that what you are presenting before cameras, that what you are presenting is what is uploaded on INEC website. Please say that and see if you have given wrong information, you will not go to jail.
Okay. Is there any agent of any party that hasn't spoken? Party agent? No, not you. Your party has spoken. Let's give the opportunity to another person. You have also spoken, PRP. Please take your seat. Let's make this orderly, in an orderly manner, please. Speak, introduce yourself.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Chinemelo Uba. I represent APP. I want to align with the submission of the PDP agent. If we take your submission, Chairman, it may seem what we are here for is mere formality, as if all has been done at the level of the ward, local government, and state. Mr. Chairman, if there is difficulty in why what he's saying cannot be done, you explain to us, maybe we understand. But what he's asking for, to my mind, is very apt. We are here as the final collation center, either to correct what has been done wrongly. We've had complaints from the ward, from the local government, from agents there. If we can upload this year, we serve as a final arbiter, so to say. Thank you, sir.
Okay. If you have any complaints, any documents that you may have, please forward them. But otherwise, we cannot be considering the report from Kwara and talking about matters arising from another state. When we come to that state, we'll talk about matters arising from that state. Which party is that, Alex?
Alex,
go ahead.
ADP.
Yes.
I stand before you and the entire world to support what the PDP agent had said. Because before now, Nigerians have waited, with abated palpitation for authenticity of this project, 2023. And the information or the education we had before now is that whatever vote is cast is transmitted upon that time. That is the education we had. But we are now hearing a different introduction of some other phrases like beavers, boycott, or whatever language is used for it. So we needed the party, the collation officer from the state, like it has been asserted, for them to do that. Let them prove to us that yes, at the point of voting, it was transmitted. Secondly, sir, I have read and I've seen that even at the point of election, some personalities in this country showed their ballot paper for the party they voted for.
Representative of the
Yes, sir.
Please, that is not before us.
Yes, I know, but I'm
So
proactively speaking, sir.
Please,
It's-
let us focus on what is before us.
Yes, but
the
you
result for the election from Kwara.
I know,
Otherwise,
sir.
This is unending.
Allow me to learn, sir. Allow me to learn. Because we are looking at the transparency of the entire system. And if it's the entire system, if somebody shows the party he voted for, that also can be taken as vote buying. And so we have to take care of that, sir.
I wish we can confine ourselves to what is before us, consideration of the report from Kwara.
All right, sir.
Not what transpired.
In summary, I
polling unit that is
support
not before us.
the move of
Okay.
PDP, sir.
So that's
Thank
all
you.
that's all you wanted to say all this while, just to support. Okay. The second agent of the PDP, I think.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Emeka Ihedior. Mr. Chairman, I am one of the Nigerians that have absolute confidence in this electoral process. Mr. Chairman, when there were efforts to undermine the authority of INEC, we stood firmly that INEC must be truly independent. Mr. Chairman, we're talking about the transparency of this process, and we're talking about confidence in the process. I had cause, sir, to engage you yesterday. I had cause to speak to your national commissioners yesterday. I had cause to speak to them this morning about collation and abuse of the electoral process.
And on and on and on and on. It's a long clip. I just wanted you to see the part where people actually tried to correct Yakubu that you can't do this. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is what you said you would do. You're not doing that. And he kept cutting them off and cutting them off because he wanted to continue and complete the charade. He had no result except probably what they have already written. Abi, when he announced winner at 4 a.m. in the morning, all the political parties, all of the opposition political parties, they've already walked out of the hall. They left him there to continue with APC. Remember? And he continued. He did it. He announced and did everything like that. When it was time for him to present the result he announced, oh yeah, Tinubu scored 8.7 million. Oh yeah, show us the 8.7 million. Atiku scored 6.9 million. Oh yeah, show us the Atiku 6.9 million. Obi scored 6.1 million. Oh yeah, show us Obi 6.1 million in all of the results. By the time they presented the result, 43,000 polling unit results out of them could not be really, you can't really read them. And they're asking, where did you see the number you announced, Jen? That's how you got here. That's how the legitimacy of Tinubu remain with a big question mark. That is why a lot of people are so kind of raging that if they have their way, they will shut down Nigeria before these judges will even do anything, if they have their way. And this is the reason why the likes of Odili decided to give that speech and then ran away. From the report, she and her husband, they are no longer in Nigeria. She happened to be a very good instrument when it comes to this issue of political litigation. Let me replay what she said yesterday. Now, follow this up now. After the old charade, they said people should go to court. Now, people went to court and they started doing all the dribbling. We started hearing the persuasion. Judge, they beg litigant, petitioner, judge that's supposed to come and judge a case is asking the petitioner that, do you not have the spirit of forgiveness? Are you not a Christian? In the same court. So people started raising alarm. And Odili dropped this before she left Nigeria.
This colloquium and book launch in honor of Chief Kiari Gazama upon the attainment of 25 years as the senior advocate of Nigeria is an epochal achievement it is no doubt appropriate that the theme is, quote, the Nigeria of our dreams, a call to the patriots. I say so in the light of the prevailing situation in Nigeria as a result of the 2023 general elections, which has generated a lot of storm, necessitating the conversation which we are about to indulge in, as there seems to be moves to throw the nation into chaos or conflagration. These may be brought about by some individuals and groups who, fanning the embers of hatred, bigotry, and tribalism, fail to see the possible outcomes of the utterances without caution that are being thrown around. It is human to feel cheated or having the short end of the stick, but one who is not declared a winner at any of the electoral contests, such emotions, however grim, does not justify bringing the roof down, the roof of our nation. The reason is simple, that in such an eventuality, that aggrieved person may not be spared, as the commotion that would ensue would be like an unguided missile which could land anywhere and upon anyone. Therefore, in ventilating our points of view and facts at the electoral tribunals or other courts, a sense of responsibility from all parties is demanded. The situation does not call for the blackmail of the judges or the posting of speculatory hypotheses, giving them such a life of their own, which run riot, and accepted by the helpless and innocent in the society as the truth. Knowing the quality of participants at this colloquium, and I'm happy professional, those who are well equipped in litigation matters or electoral disputes. Chief Olonekweku is a master, and our Attorney General, recently sworn in. These are experts. I am confident.
Did you hear that? So she gaslighted those cheated and told them that they should not they should not threaten the judges. Now he's asking them to do the right thing, a threat. Then she went on to say, that is Tinubu's lawyer at the tribunal. Fagbemi, that is APC lawyer at the same tribunal, is now the Attorney General of Nigeria. So they met inside the house of Gazama. She's reading a prepared speech before she jackpot. Who is Mary Odili? Ladies and gentlemen, with a wiki, do me that honor, please.
I'll come to that. Most Yorubas who are here, they're not happy. They're not. Nobody can make me to do something that I will not. Ordinarily, I shouldn't do. No. There was a problem in this state, and I will tell you the truth. My wife wouldn't have been a magistrate. To talk of it being a judge. It's the wife. It's the wife. It's the wife that said, look, take your time. I suffered this, promoted. Look, you know me, I'm a politician, no. I'm an equerry man. It's difficult for a equerry man to allow the wife to grow like that. No, it's the truth. Forget those who can pretend that's their business. It's difficult. She was the one. When I look at my wife today, she's a judge. I look at her. I say, baby, you're a judge. Who were those who behind it? Very good. I don't know the day I will die. But I know I will die one day. But the truth must be told. Any day that I will make Dr. Odili and his family to cry, God, don't allow me to grow. These people suffered. These people suffered.
That is Werewike praising his godfather, Peter Odili, and his wife for making his own wife the judge of Nigeria High Court, Abina Appeal Courts. Remember, they have all done that. Their wives, their children, their concubines, you know, have been plugged into the judiciary. And Wole Ironipekun, famous for bribing judges, ladies and gentlemen, is an expert to Maiyegun Odili, who love taking bribes and offering bribes. When she gave the judgment on Bayelsa, APC no fit. I mean, this was 2000 and I think it was 2020. You know, when she gave a judgment on Bayelsa, APC versus PDP. You remember this guy? This guy, where they do, he was doing a parade. You know, what do they call that thing again? Like you go and do a parade before you do swearing in. So you go and do parade practice. You remember his name? That guy. It was Maiyegun Odili that said because his deputy forged his own education certificate. Leon, I think they call him Leon or Lion. Leon, the APC governorship candidate in Bayelsa. Okay, he has already won the election. He was waiting to be sworn in. Okay, so a day before the swearing in, Maiyegun Odili delivered a judgment on behalf of PDP. They said the deputy to Leon forged his school certificate. And because he forged the school certificate, they disqualified Leon. Okay? And they told Diri of PDP, who came second, to be sworn in as the winner. That is why Diri is the governor of Bayelsa today. And Leon, is almost in the political oblivion of Bayelsa. As Tibi Priesiva has no other job. But to take his space, or his place rather. When Mary delivered that judgment that year, Lord not long. Although you'll be wondering, where to consign Aboki with Bayelsa. But this was when APCs, the Alimajiri People's Congress, Abi Al-Qaeda People's Congress. Just go to Abuja, you see a lot of them to hire. And they were shouting there, Bamuzo, 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 in front of Odili's house because of Bayelsa election. Just a reminder, Sha. Yeah, they went to go and tell Maiyegun Odili, we don't want you. Bamazo, Bamazo. That was 2020, I believe. So after Maiyegun Odili delivered that nonsense, she said, like I told you, the report is that she moved her family, including her husband. They left Nigeria. They are currently in the UK. I don't know which part of the UK, okay? But they are here, waiting for the reactions of Nigerians after Wednesday, which means they all knew what they have done. They are just looking for the right time or how to arrange it. And it won't, I'll show you Ronnie Kwekun at the same place before I go to Gaizama himself. Ronnie Kwekun, that same space where Odili was reading. Others were actually speaking. Listen to Ronnie Kwekun.
Why can't we think of giving Nigeria a name that is indigenous to us? Ghana change, Burkina Faso, all of them. We have given all the examples. The French, in their territory, the nation next to us, they named that nation Niger. I want to say Nigeria. So the French, in citizen of Niger, is Nigerian. So the citizen of Nigeria, from the British perspective, is in Nigeria. What's the difference?
According to Mr. Olanipekun, there cannot be a new Nigeria without true federalism.
There is master servant in what we practice today. We say we have a constitution that we call Federal Republic of Nigeria. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's more of constitution of the Federal Unitary Republic of Nigeria.
It is smoky Igbo. It is taking the
So, Ironic Kwekun was talking about renaming Nigeria. Another name. Maybe you are. Somebody suggested you are the last time. So maybe change, renewed name. And then federalism and other nonsense. But I just wanted you to see his face, okay? But Gaizama, their host at the colloquium, actually warned them. He was talking about the coup, what led to the coup in Niger, what led to coup in Gabon, and how his own friends reacted within their circle of elites. They also wish the God that did it for Gabon should do it for Nigeria. And somebody like him is worried. So he had to tell all of his lawyer friends and judge friends, retired and the rest of them at the colloquium. I think you should listen to that too. If you listen to that of Mary Odili.
Something happened recently, and I felt so bad, and my heart bleeds for this country. Remember, about 4 days ago, we had the news that there was another coup in Gabon. We saw the flash, and I forwarded to a few friends that are close to me. Someone responded, of course, I won't mention the name, that I wish that the coups in Gabon can come into Nigeria and help us with our situation. But you see, I also listened to what President Jonathan said recently, that we should all be careful in this country, particularly politicians, that the young ones know their rights to the extent that anything can happen. And what happened during the NSAS, they almost got there. Now, I also listened to Babangida. If you look at, I think, AIT, you will see every now and then his interview with the press. And he was narrating and chronicling the reasons why in most jurisdictions coup d'etats do come up. One, principally because of corruption, and also probably because of electoral rigging. Well, like we were told by the keynote speaker, or the guest speaker, or the guest baby, you see, coup or war, it's like football. You don't know who will win and who will lose. It's like biscuit, you don't know where it will crack. Anybody can be the victim. Nobody should wish for any coup or any war. And even what happened in the past, in the 60s, we are yet to come out of that. The effect is still colossal, negative effect for that matter. So this is my feeling about that. We were told by Abraham Lincoln that the best way or the fastest way to destroy a nation is by dividing it. I don't think any one of us here would like Nigeria to be divided. nobody will wish Nigeria to be divided, despite the fact that we've been told history of how the colonial masters brought us together, now under one geographical entity called Nigeria, despite all kinds of differences. But that notwithstanding, we as believers in our destinies, we still accept being together, and I think we should work on being together. After all, we all hail from God, from the same Adam and Eve, despite whatever primordial differences we may be having among ourselves. I remember also Bob Cassidy did say that we all have to have hands on deck, because if we don't do that, it's a question of time. The successes that we already have will be erased, and we'll find ourselves back to the drawing board, back to square one, as if nothing has happened. So we must remember, as Nigerians, as elites, that nobody will do for us but we ourselves. So I think that's the clear message, which was put across to us lucidly by way of a very good and qualitative presentation, both in terms of the paper as well as the style of presentation. And just like His Royal Highness, the Chair of Odili said, I remember nostalgically that yes, I was the...
No. So, he practically said it to their faces that even us that pretends to be elite, following the development all around us in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, there are people who actually feel this way. There are many of us here that are going to share on the either revolution or military coup in Nigeria, to the shock of some of you here. And if you look at what has caused all of this coup in Africa lately, elections, electoral problems, electoral fraud, then the corruption that has also increased, the level of poverty and crime. So all these things are there. And despite all of other factors that this Nigeria that you are in, I think it is ideal to tell all of you that when you are digging the grave, for those who believe that you could use the power you have right now to bury, some people are advising that you better don't dig it deep, because that may actually be your own grave, and contributing to it, it doesn't happen overnight. He was talking about the anger of the youth. The same anger of the youth that doesn't mean any jack shit to APC. If any youth come out, kill them, shoot them. They are so confident. Well, Gaizama was telling them there that these young people are knowing that they are growing to know their right even more and more. And they are growing impatient too. That it's just going to take a single spark. And that's it. Saying it to their faces there. But you know, the likes of Wiki and Co., when logical reasoning comes to play, they are not candidates of such. Wiki decided to, when he was asked, because he was talking about wait for the tribunal. After the tribunal, you will see what will happen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the copy of what the tribunal, Nigeria Court of Appeal. This is the notice of, on the left, the one on the left. That is the notice for the judgment delivery date. As you can read down on your screen, right? Between Peter Obi, Atiku, Tinubu, APM, Allied People's Movement. So they are saying that they are going to televise it, they are going to stream it live. So they're going to allow media. The people that said they were not, they were never going to be I mean, they won't allow the media coverage of the proceeding. Now that they have prepared their document, judgment, they don't want anybody in court. Okay, look at that part where they said, important notes, access to the court premises will be strictly on accreditation only. Only accredited individuals, including counsel and representatives of the political parties, will be granted access into the courtroom. Interested members of the public are advised to watch proceedings from their television sets. Where electricity, where you go take watch? Or where is the data, where you go take a streamer? So, to be part of that, you can call in to book a seat for Wednesday. On the right is the National Union of Bank, Insurance and Financial Institution Employees, including all the court workers. The Nigerian judiciary have told all the court workers not to come to court on Wednesday. They have also, well, banks are not going to open because of the national strike, by the way, that NLC said they are going to embark on. Right. Now that they've made the date an announcement, and we know that the reason why they have to do it on Wednesday is that they can actually use the NLC national strike to control the response or reactions of people to the tribunal judgment. So in the state of confusion there, you know what I mean? So the momentum can be killed. And in the midst of all of that confusion, they will tell you it doesn't matter. No. Wait for Supreme Court. So that you can wait for maybe another 3-4 months. Okay? And the whole thing will repeat itself again. Anyway, so part of what we have heard is that the reasons why they need to deliver that judgment on Wednesday and damn any consequences is that, like I said from the beginning, Kolu need legitimacy. Their verdict, and listen to this, it wouldn't kind of, it's going to be like, why is everybody going mad? Like, do you all know the content of the judgment, Tini? Just same question people are asking. Those who are telling everybody to accept it, accept the defeat, because Tinubu won. Somebody like this, the NBA chairman, who said, president rather, until the court says it didn't win, everybody should stop calling Tinubu illegitimate. So, the question goes vice versa, okay? If you look at those who are saying, we don't trust these guys, all their body language and what we know about them is that they're going to throw this whole thing out and they're going to say there's no enough evidence or whatever they're going to say. Because that's what they do. And if they do that, there will be consequences, kind of, right? And people are saying, how do you know they're going to rule against you? If you are confident that you've presented all your evidence, why are you worried? Right? And they say, well, it's Nigeria. We know them very well. They will change the narrative. They have already started gaslighting people. So they have been using churches and other religious houses to tell people to accept it as a will of God. They have already started wetting the ground, making it look like this is what is coming. Don't listen to anybody that tells you not to take it and all of that. So we don't trust them. Meanwhile, the other part too, who are also telling everybody to accept it, don't cause problem. Don't bring chaos. Like accept the judgment. All of you, especially you, the obedient, stop talking like you are talking. Just accept whatever happened. So people are now saying, why are you telling them to accept something that you believe will upset them? Have you seen the judgment yourself? Is that why you are trying to gaslight them to accept it? So now vice versa. Vice versa. So no tribe thinks no be everybody. Now everybody they para now. And it's good. We know say they will declare Tinubu. And if I wake up on that Wednesday afternoon and the shocker, is that breaking news. Tinubu has been disqualified. A rerun has been ordered. Abi Peter Obi has been declared. Abi Atiku has been something like that, Sha. Don't come here and say, you see, Maiyegun, I told you, Maiyegun, this one is a different thing. I told you that the court, they no bond them well. I say, Baba, calm down. Now all of us, they tell ourselves. the bottom line is that if the right thing is done, a lot of you will not be agitated. You know that. If the wrong thing is done, you will be agitated. So those who are suspecting that you will be agitated, they know why you will be agitated. So if your pressure true has forced them to do the right thing, then you win. There's no pressure. Sure you get. But the worry here is this. When they ask Wiki, what do you think? What will happen? What if the court now ruled that Tinubu lost? Just to explain to you how that now everybody they feel that way. Tinubu people will tell you it's impossible. How? Who's going to read the judgment? It's impossible. Then the God that I serve, you know that thing? Can never he can never bring me here and then put me to shame. They switch it to God, which means everybody is kind of, even though a lot of people are seeing the confidence in them, having realized how badly they did, even during the proceeding in front of all these judges, but they are still confident. But even within that same confidence, you can tell within that, Baba, like everybody can wait till you just we need your Wednesday, right? We're a week on the same court.
Because the thought was that if there was the crisis in the PDP had not gone on, the one that led some of you to oppose the position of Atiku Abubakar being the presidential candidate, that if some of you had worked for the PDP, that the PDP had a stronger chance. In fact, there are those who believe that even out of the court, there is a possibility that PDP may have a chance in the court.
Now, assuming even they have, it will not change my position of equity, fairness, and justice. It will not change my position. The position we said that did not allow president for 8 years, which is there, therefore the South should have. It hasn't changed. It has not changed. So whichever way you look at it. But look, Shane, I've always told people that, you see, you don't tell people that you are the only one who matters. You are the only person who matters. No, that other people don't matter. No, you don't do that. I believe the right thing should be done at all times. If you have heard, that's not just stopping you from being sober. I say, look, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I thought I was right.
Have you gotten it wrong? Did you get it wrong?
No, I said those.
I'm asking you in any way, and all of these steps that you have taken, did you do anything wrong?
Nothing. That's why our conscience is very clear. That's why we can walk with our shoulders high. In fact, the party should come to River State and say, look, you have made us proud by making sure our party took these seats. The one you lost was the one we have been protesting. Do the right thing. You say you will never do the right thing. Agree on something you will do. You change.
What if things change in the courtroom against the status quo as it is right now? What would you do?
Look, for me, it will not matter. But I stood firm that this is what is right to be done in the country.
You see that happening?
It can be none of the possibility. I have never failed. No, the God. No, I don't see that possibility. But the God has.
You're a lawyer.
The God. Listen, we have lawyers doing their work. I don't want to do their work. Right? I believe, and I strongly believe, that the God I serve is not a sleeping God. I believe the God that has kept me today, that made me to go through all these processes, will not just come and abandon us like that, though.
You think your God supports Tinubu from now?
Supports the action we took.
To support Bola Tinubu?
Yes. Yes.
You said you are a PDP member. Yeah. But you are...
Did you hear that? The God that he serves and everything he did to support Tinubu, that God will not abandon them. I don't want to speak for the lawyer, he said. Because it's already done. They've done all they had to do. But you know, something is this, which, you know, it's like an afterthought, by the way, that later. Do you know that this Wike is still going to tell everybody what really happened? Including how they've bribed the judges, threatened them, threatened their families. Behind the scene, told them to go away. Go on vacation, just get out somewhere. The moment you deliver the judgment, just leave Nigeria. Don't worry, we'll deal with the rest. Do you think Wike will not open that mouth one day and tell us everything? Though it will be too late then. But do you think he won't tell us? Same way he told everybody there what they did. What Odili and the rest of them did to make his wife the judge of High Court in Nigeria, doing the bidding of the political class. Like that man, Bulkashiwa, and his wife, retired president of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria. Wike will tell us one day, it will just be too late. You know? Then the NBA. Somebody said, why are people still studying law in Nigeria, by the way? Like, you are studying law for what? In a lawless country. You have a Nigeria Bar Association. It's more or less like an umbrella body for human rights fighters in Nigeria. It should be. You know, even if you have any human rights organization, you will need the law. Abi? The Nigerian Bar Association is like that. They were supposed to be the wielding stick at some point to correct, but they are actually the rogues. In their rank and file, there are those who actually pay bribes, offer bribes to judges, okay? There are those who manufacture evidence, fake evidence to get criminals off the hook politically in Nigeria. They've always been there. And one of them is the president. He's talking about Tinubu and the election. Listen to this, lawyer.
Well, happily, I started by saying that this country is a country of laws. That Tinubu is president today is a function of laws. It's a function of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's a function of the Electoral Act 2022. What I have done is simply to recognize the position of the law. As far as the law is concerned today in this country, without prejudice to the pendency of the petition against the election and the declaration of President Tinubu, he is the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When he took the oath of that office, it was because the law prescribed that he took that office. When he was so declared as president, it is because the law also makes provision for such a declaration. This is not a function of anybody's sentiments or whims or caprices. It is about the express provisions of the law. And the law clearly says, and those lawyers that are talking about all of this also know, and they owe the people of this country the duty to properly guide the people, to let them know what the law says. And if they do, the people will fall in line. And there is a presumption of regularity of the act of every public officer. So the law presumes very clearly, and those lawyers are not in doubt. They know, except that they haven't been gracious enough to tell the people that when any public duty or anything has been declared by a public officer, there is a presumption, rebuttable though, that all that needed to be done had been so done, and that the person who made that declaration has the authority to make such a declaration. The INEC chairman have the authority to make the declaration that he did? Yes. When he declared that Tinubu won the election, there is a presumption that inured in favor of Tinubu as the candidate at that time, now president, under the auspices of APC, that all that needed to be done, all the requirements that needed to be satisfied for him to be so declared president have been satisfied. Who else should I invite? Should I not recognize the provisions of the law and what the law has provided? Are we without a president simply because there is a pending petition? No. Okay, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of this country, and I went to him because I defer to the law, not to the whims and caprices of any particular individual.
Okay.
And if those lawyers say that there is no such presumption under the law, let me know. Let me know. But all of this are without prejudice to what the court is going to determine in the petition. But as it is,
no structure, 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 no. No structure, 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 no structure.
That's right. There are so much trouble in the paradise of these criminals, and the easy target, as always, has been the obedience. The moment they announced that the date for the delivery of, for the appeal court or the tribunal to deliver their judgment on the petition of Obi, the obedience have been gathering. And their gathering always look like this. Whenever APC, Egbekegbe or Nigeria establishment hear about obedience, you know something? Even though majority of you have become so powerful, in the world that we live today, the world of the young people, the world of technology, you have become so good that your devices have become weapon of mass destruction to the establishment in Nigeria. A particular weapon that has been giving them sleepless night, they have no idea around it. They spend a lot of money to try to control this space. So every time they say obedient, gather here, obedient, gather here, is a post from a tiny device, right? When the APC, Egbekegbe hear that, or the establishment in Nigeria, those who are telling you to obey the criminal judgment that violates the constitution of Nigeria, that they want you to respect, every time you say obedient, gather here, this is the picture they see. They tend to believe that you are coming with serious war machine and you will take over everywhere if you are indeed allowed. So this morning, the former Daura Secret Service that has now turned to Dokpemu Stupid Service, DSS, they issued a warning. Not just warning, not just one warning. Warnings. First, they warn those who might want to organize any gathering towards the date of the tribunal judgment. Do you understand what that means? Do not organize anybody to mobilize to the tribunal center, to the appeal court in Abuja, as solidarity as Nigerians. By so doing, you are committing a crime against the Dokpemu Stupid Service Human Rights Act or Violation Act. That's their own law. You don't know about it. It doesn't exist anywhere other than their own book. That's what they said. We will arrest you, okay? And we will arrest all of you, the ringleaders of anybody who is organizing any gathering anywhere, on Wednesday and after Wednesday. Now, the message was supposed to be, who is this message for? The only people who have actually declared that they were going to shut down Nigeria from tomorrow through next day, which is on the 6th of September, is that message for them? Is that for NLC or something? We know it's not, because they are so very specific. all of you young people who are going to disagree with the tribunal judgment, we advise you to call your children and warn your children on social media. All of you that are going to be writing about the judgment, watch what you write, because what you are writing can be considered as an incitement, inciting the public against the judges. So all these warnings came out today, including, meanwhile, there are others who also want to protest. So I'm talking about those who are facing the hardship of a school fees increase. Students, of course, students want to protest too. They want to join NLC. The Aura Secret Service, formerly, and presently the Dokpemu Stupid Service, have issued warnings to the vice chancellors of schools in Nigeria. Please, if you see any union or any student organizing any gathering or a protest against the hike in school fees in your campus, we need you to give us their names, and we want you to get them suspended or kind of dismissed. There is not going to be any tolerance for any gathering. This week is going to be a very big week in Nigeria. Anybody gathering anywhere can cause problem. But this warning is not for APC. Because as you are watching this video, as some of you are grouping and gathering and talking and thinking and planning, they are doing the same thing, plus money. So they are also mobilizing for Wednesday. You will see them in Abuja. The police will not go to them. If they see you, they will come for you. And that is why for those who are kind of really fired up right now, if you are genuine, you must be ready to go all org. Don't start waiting, if you finish. I'm saying, if you want to face these guys with what they have in stock for you, no be one day thing, we don't go there today, you're going to go back to your house, go sleep. Baba? Anyway, Kalu is not taking any chances, by the way. According to those around him, they advised him to kind of seek the reassurance of the military chiefs. Everything okay. They've perfected everything. The NLC guys who are trying to shut down the country will figure out how we are going to play those ones, okay? To make sure that we control that strike, all right? We can let them do it, but we control it, okay? And then to those who are like disobedient and others who might want to react to the court judgment, we already alerted the police. The DSS is going to pick some people up from tomorrow evening and then all through the week, okay? So, but if things should better gather up more than usual in Abuja, so we will need a backup military that is going to help the riots, or the violent police that will break out any kind of gathering. So all these things are in place. Above it all, are we all on board? Do we all agree that this is it and we are going to play our part? To get that reassurance, he called the meeting of all the service chiefs before he will depart for India. This week, imagine, I'm just saying it to imagine, tomorrow, I'll be this evening, Kalu jet out to India. And before he land for India, his own service chiefs, they have picked them up, locked them somewhere, without telling us, or without us knowing, then wait for the judiciary to come and deliver the judgment. And when judiciary want to tell you that Tinubu win, they will first start praising Obi, Labour Party, Atiku. They will be, when they are reading their judgment, they will be praising them. They did a fantastic job. You proved that you are a nationalist in your submission. You are a great Nigerian that did a lot of kineko. Once they start praising them, just know, Senator Tinubu, they won't declare winner. Are you with me? So to get that reassurance, he called them. Come and say it to my face that if I go to India, I will come back and I will still be the president. Abi, are you assuring me of that? Yeah, meet me inside Abuja. So that's that assured, right? And call, look, and leave. Somebody asked there that, why are you anticipating negativity? Talele. Tamujero, Tanijero. Do you think this is actually a platform where you can begin to feel like the wishes as typical Nigerians? Don't let us wish negativity. Don't let us wish anything negative. Let us be positive. This is not in your control. Do you understand? It's in nobody's control here. Whether it's going to be negative, or it's going to be positive, it's not in your control. So don't come here, okay? And be like the people we are talking about, gaslighting us. Why are you being negative? Let us be positive. Whether you are positive, whether you are negative, whether you are neutral, whichever condition you find yourself, this is not in your control. Sure you get, okay? This is an anticipated reactions that is going to follow what has already been concluded. So don't come here and begin to say, hey, why are you anticipating negativity? Negativity over who? So that I can play a mind game and help you change it. Turn to a pastor and tell you that I'm seeing a vision that, in fact, you are all going to wake up on Wednesday and start jubilating and smiling. She got to finish, anticipating negativity. Because now me did the brain of those criminals who are cooking this whole thing together and wishing that that's it. Everybody take it and move on. Just move on. Forget it. Just let's go. And anybody that doesn't want to move on is a negative person who wants something bad to happen in Nigeria. It's none of all this whole thing is not in your control. It's not in mine. It's none of my own creation. It's not yours, except if you are one of them. You know why I said that? If they had followed their own rules, if they had followed their own laws, we would never be here. You know that. So why are you not saying that? The negativity, the road to Damascus that Nigeria is currently threading right now, Baba, that's not my creation. That's not your creation, except if you are one of them. You know? Negativity kill you there. Anticipating negativity, call. So anticipating. Brother-cipating. These criminals have cooked in Nigeria. And they are not prepared for these reactions they are seeing. Somebody like me, where they say, you know where they say the violence is here. I know the genesis of this whole thing. That is why you see a lot of people listening to me right now. It all started a while back. And the only shocker that we have experienced in this whole journey is the shocker from the obedience who came from nothing. And they trashed two biggest, two big leprous criminal group called PDP and APC. That's the only shocker. Apart from that, somebody like me, you know what they call them? They say, this one won't fight. This one won't fight. That one won't fight. Okay? And what they want to fight for, right, is Nigeria. But you see that what they want to fight for, which is that Nigeria, there are other interest people there, okay, that if they are asked that would they fight for Nigeria, they will tell you, no. More everybody come out your own knife, or maybe they cut Nigeria. Everybody they go their separate way. I am one of them. I am one of those that, if you ask me that, okay, let us come and fight for Nigeria, I'll tell you, no, I'm not fighting for anybody. The only thing I can do is that everybody come on knife, more cut us, more they go. But you see those who are fighting for this one Nigeria and the rest of them, people like me, we no get, I no get dog in the fight. I no get, what do they call it? I no get any horse in the race. So to me, if anything we go come, as we fight for that one Nigeria, anything we go come make sure say, you burn that Nigeria down. Sure you get now. Not me, you, because this is the problem now. The criminals who have captured Nigeria, they don't want to let go. Those of you who have been the victims of the state capture in Nigeria, you want a better Nigeria. So you are fighting them for a better Nigeria. They want to burn Nigeria down. You won't have it. If they can't have Nigeria, you won't have it. And if you're going to have that Nigeria, we'll go burn them down. So it's not me. Me, I am just a referee here. So you're obedient. Yeah, can you let you bang your leti? So yeah, bad this one leti. So when obedient buy PDP, when they buy APC, I will say obedient start crying. Then I will say, you see what the PDP they do? You see what the APC they do? These criminal people, this mad people. See what they do to the obedient, eh? Because last, eh? When you finish the whole thing, the way they are intended, you have no intention of Nigeria burning, Abi. You want a better Nigeria, Abi. They don't want a better Nigeria. They want a status quo Nigeria. And if you want to take it from them, they've told you it's not going to be easy. They will burn it down. The process of burning Nigeria down is what they are doing right now. So don't turn to me and say, now maybe negative. You don't know. It's about a bad day. Sure you get. And you know something is this as well. That's why I give the credit to the obedient. They have fought a very good fight for a long time, and they have been very consistent about it too. They've shown that they are actually the real political opponents to the establishment in Nigeria, to BTP, to APC, obviously, Abi. So they have tried to silence them. They have tried to push them away. They thought if they stretch them a while, they will be tired and gone. But Baba, what you are witnessing today in Nigeria between the obedient and this establishment, show you how to see what they witnessed during the election. Is it different? Eh? The expose, the everyday fire on them. Show you how to see during the election. I am just a spectator. I'm just a referee here that will monitor it. So when you provoke them, okay, when you provoke them to that point, that Zama said that everybody will be worried, everybody should be concerned and worried. Now, there me idea. So if on Wednesday, like I said before, or Wednesday, if they say, Peter Obi is the win, as you are celebrating and all of that, I will say, oh yeah, obedient, gather here. If now your pressure force them, do the right thing. Oh yeah, double down on your pressure. Force them to do nonsense because the Supreme Court is still there. So to me, to somebody like me, who knows how they do their things there, right? I can tell you, even anything that seems to be like, oh, they want to get it right. No. It's the momentary kicking the can down the road. They are so corrupt. And they are so self-centered, Baba, that they are not seeing Nigeria the way some of you are seeing Nigeria. We are the what do you call it? We have the largest kinikon. We are more than them. We should go out and face them. And the rest of that. No, they don't see Nigeria that way. Until you would have to shock them like you did during the Charade election. So to somebody like me, anything that is going to continue to boost your morale, you, the obedient, boost your morale, boost your everything, encourage you, keep pushing, keep fighting, and force these criminals, okay, to do nonsense. And indeed, all other institutions in Nigeria that are so corrupt, like to the teeth, because of you, the world is learning about that. A lot of people are in the know, and so many are actually contemplating on how they are going to end it. They just want a reason. You will give them that reason because these criminals will give you the reason, and you are going to act on that reason. And when the whole thing goes up in smoke, you are going to watch it on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Do you understand? And then you will come back to understand that all of this, are not in your control. They could have been prevented, obviously, but they won't. Since they didn't prevent them, and here is the journey to Damascus, stop pointing their fingers at anybody and keep blaming them and start telling them that, maybe they... No. People have passed that stage right now, in case if you haven't noticed. Anyway, the chairman of their violence group, Dati, the one that said that if they swear for Tinubu on the May 29th, they have already killed the Nigerian constitution. He had this to say too.
I normally say by the grace of Almighty Allah. Yes, inshallah, victory is coming. Victory is ours, but victory is for the Nigerian people. Nigerian people contested through Peter Obi and me. Peter Obi and me didn't just contest in our own right. So victory is coming to the Nigerian people through us. Inshallah, it's coming. There's only one party rightly configured in place with the right attitude, with the right candidates to win the election, Labour Party. Others are wasting our time. With due respect, I don't trust them much. The office of the Senate President. A senator, for God's sake, is a highly distinguished and honorable individual. You should live by principles, you should live by law and everything. Now, the top senator in Nigeria did not contest primaries for Senate. You covered it in your news channels. The gentleman contested for presidency. And you don't contest for 2 offices under the Nigerian Electoral Act. As I speak to you now, Senate President Ahmed Lawal from the Supreme Court of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the senatorial candidate in his state. How do you expect me, for God's sake, any right-thinking person, to have much trust or confidence in the system? So I'm justified for feeling the way I feel. Look, I'm human. There's only so much I know. Some of the decisions will be decided by obedience, by Nigerians, by Labour Party. It will be decided by the youth. It will be decided by women. It will be, who knows, even the security agencies may decide. Look, these elections better be good. I know what I'm saying. We're on the cliff edge. Nigerians can see the clear difference between Obimi and between the others. And Nigerians are...
What did you and say? What did you and say? What did you and say?
Otidoju and say, how can they kill all this tension? How can they reduce all this palpable affair? Or how can they leverage on it? You know what I mean? All these answers, all these questions have remained. The answers to all these questions have sort of eluded them, and I'm kind of enjoying it too. Yeah, I am, and that is, that is on the tribunal, no tribunal. Of course, I would want to hear your part. Like, how do you feel? What's your own expectation and the rest of that? Of course, but I'm going to take a quick break, and when I get back, we will continue. Now, I have over 4,000 of us currently on YouTube, which is great. Thank you. All right. If this is your first time of joining MaiyegunsDiary Politico, you should do me the honor and then subscribe onto my channel, okay? And if you are here and you are one of these over 4,000 on YouTube, you should take a moment, take a break, and like the broadcast. I mean, why can't we have like 2,000, 3,000 of us who have actually stopped by to like the broadcast? We can do that in this break. I am going to be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. Now, going forward, because this is where I'm going to take us, okay? I'll take us now so that we can have enough time of having a chat. We've not had that in a while, right? But Lagos, okay, should I even just leave that? hang on, I'll show you. Lagos, for the 4th time, they have launched the mass metro line, the mass transit metro system in Lagos, 20 years after the contract or the project started. And with Sonweiku, boarding the maiden, trip today, the first trip, he assured the Lagosians that, listen, guys, by December, the red line is going to start too. So from, okay, hang on, listen to this.
Then again, the red line is still absolutely. So can you run us through sometime? The red line is going to be completed before the end of this year, by the grace of God. Well, about 95, 96% in all of it. So, for the red line, we have over bridges. So we're going to start commissioning the bridges by the end of this month, so that passengers and vehicles can start moving on those bridges. From, Ikeja along to Yaba Bridge, to Temeta Bridge, to Mushi Bridge, and all of them. So we're going to open the bridges for vehicles to start moving on top. So that will begin the signalization that red line is coming up. Right, we're almost completing the retrofitting of the trains, and they have also started recruitment of train operators, of train managers, and all of that. Then we will start the unveiling of the various stations themselves. Red line is actually, in my view, actually even bigger than the blue line. Right, so it will come. It will certainly come. I'm trying to get everything, all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted. We're just.
By the grace of God. That's what he did there. And it's good. I mean, mass transit. And their price seems to be cheaper too. From Marina to... Okay, I don't know. But you could get on there and get a return trip for 700 Naira. Okay, from the island to the mainland, I think. So, and it is safe. And I hope that is it, working now after 20 years at least. It's a good thing if they could keep it. However, I am going to keep my line open, but maybe this is kind of just on the side, all right? From Gabon, a lot of people have been wondering why the reaction of the West towards the coupist or the coup in Gabon is different from their reaction to the coup in Niger. A lot of people, analysts, and people have actually expressed why. Okay, 6 days ago, the Niger junta, they withdrawn what you call the diplomatic immunity of the French ambassador to Niger, and they told him to leave the country. They even told the police to escort him out of the country. But in all of this, they cut off the light, water supply to the embassy for the past 2 weeks or so. For the ambassador to leave, they don't want French in their country anymore. Take your troop. Now, France responded by saying the ambassador will not leave. The French troop will not leave Niger, while they sent representative to the inauguration of the leader of the junta, the leader of the coup in Gabon. I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but sometimes it's just like, what the hell? So their interest and the legitimacy that Tinubu needs to attack Niger, which has been lagging and has been slowing things down. You see, this court case is also very crucial in that. Baba, while the Niger junta are battling with sanctions, economic sanctions, the threat of invasion, and on like that, in Gabon, now Thanksgiving that they do with their new president, I don't understand, though.
Nous demandons à voir le point Charade, après que l'Esprit de Dieu conduire et nous éclairer dans notre mission que nous charge.
Hello. Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. How are you?
My name is Chim from Calgary. How are you doing?
Chim. I'm very well. Thanks for asking. It's good to hear from you again. How you doing?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, very well, sir. Very well. Nice show. I caught you in between. I didn't exactly start at the onset of the show, but
right.
I had other things I was doing, so I had to rush in now.
Well, I mean, let's hear your own part from the part you kind of joined, if that's okay.
Yeah. So Wednesday, D-Day. I've told somebody that Wednesday is either the day that Pontius Pilate and the elders will tell us whether true they don't collect three pieces of silver for judgment, or it is going to be the day that Moses telling Pharaoh, "Let my people go," will happen. That is the way I see it. I've spoken to a few Nigerians today. I've called people back home today. And everybody I have spoken with has told me clearly they're not expecting anything special. That if they do a rerun, if they say rerun, that will be the closest to saying, okay, let's give opposition chance. But that the body language and everything is like, continue. That is what I am getting. That's what I am feeling. Well, let's see how it goes. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. So on that's what I want to say on that part. But on the issue of Gabon, it's very obvious now. It's very obvious that this is a French coup. What they simply did was they read the handwriting on the wall and what has happened in Burkina Faso, in Guinea Conakry, in Mali, in Niger.
That's right.
And they just felt we must not lose any more foothold in Africa. And if what people are saying is they're tired of these people who are aligning to us, let's take this guy out. The guy they've taken out is not going to lose anything. He's going to be enjoying his stolen wealth.
He's going to keep his own loot.
You know, he's his brother now. This is a family affair. Because if they were genuine, and this is where I fault the African Union, AU. Because I was telling somebody the other day, I said, when these coups happened in Niger, what I expected the African Union to do is to say, France, America, hands off. please, we don't want war in our region. Then go in and talk to the junta to say, junta, we need you to restore democracy. What's your problem? Oh, we don't want Bazoum. It's okay, you don't want Bazoum. How long can you take to restore democracy? If they say 3 years, tell them, okay, 1.5 years or 2 years. Negotiate something with them. Exactly. Just pamper their ego a little bit. Give them something. But insist that because genuinely you do not want military rule anymore, tell them that nobody in this current transition government will be allowed to transit. You cannot remove khaki and wear agbada, but we'll allow you 2 years or whatever the agreement is, go and conduct a fresh election and install and reinstall democracy. But they didn't do that. You see the kind of pandering they said. They were even worsening the matter, creating more confusion and everything. You don't even know where they are. You understand? Because how are you condemning military coup? You're not condemning Kaigama in Rwanda. You're not condemning Ngwaso, Sasso Ngwaso in Equatorial Guinea. You're not condemning, you're not even condemning even the Ugandan guy. You're not condemning any of those people. You have them in your midst. These people are desecrating their constitution. They are doing civilian coups, but it's military coup that you're condemning. I haven't seen anybody
making it look like they actually care when they don't. Jim,
they don't care. Much, so, that's my view on the program. But nice one you're doing today, bro.
Thanks, Baba. Thanks so much for being part of it as well. Let me take this. So we can always manage our time as much as we can, all right? But sometimes when you bring in, on this very, very lovely conversation, I just tend to listen. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Sir.
How are you, sir?
Very, very well, Baba.
In fact, about 3 days ago, what I said you should do, you didn't share it all over the world. Why now? And that is very important.
I possibly didn't see it. There's so many messages that come through there. Sorry about
because that. I was the one that got last, and narrated everything that we must do in order to please that should be circulated. Okay. Meanwhile, okay. Let me just now, Mr. Maiyegun.
Sir.
Yeah, God bless you. Now, what is going to happen is that immediately they announce that their judgment on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Now, for the proper accuracy of their judgment. Now, the bottom line is the Nigerian populace are now calling upon an outside third eye, an adjudicator, and outside that is calling upon the Supreme Court of US, United States of America,
right,
to come to the aid of the Nigerian populace.
But
because
they won't have jurisdiction, can they?
I don't know, because this time around, because they are the one that going to do the vetting, the vetting, because the Nigerian Supreme Court, they said the best of the same feather flock together.
They do
flock together. Yeah, because if they can allow that Supreme Court of the US to come and do the vetting, because there are so many oversights that the tribunal have already ignored. Which I have the copies of everything, which must be tabled to the people all over the world, because this thing that the tribunal have ignored, that they call it oversight, is not, they're supposed not to ignore it. Yes,
very, very crucial.
Which I have the evidences which I can present all over the world. And the television all over the world, they must televise it. This is not a joking matter now. They must televise it. So that's why I'm calling upon the US Supreme Court to come to the Nigerian populace aid Yes. Because we do not trust the Supreme Court of Nigeria, because birds of same feather flock together.
They flock together. See, I'm going to go and read that message you sent to me. Okay, sir. I will review it, and I still have like less than 48 hours anyway. I can still help the world to see it. Thank you very much.
Please.
Let me take
Please, God bless you.
And you too, sir.
God bless you.
And you too. Thank you so much. So, like you heard, there are so many things that some people believe we cannot trust the Nigeria judiciary, maybe we should call the US Supreme Court. But the problem is that they don't have jurisdiction. I get his message. I'll take this one. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Sir, how are you?
I'm okay. It's Austin from Germany.
It's good to hear from you again, Austin.
Well, I don't even know that you pick on it. Like, just let me try.
you know that when the viewership is that high, it's like war to get through. I can only imagine. Right?
Definitely.
I'm glad you made it through, sir. Please.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, if you can remember very well, I was the first person that told you that I was born in Gabon, grew up in Gabon, know how exactly is going on in Gabon. That I told you that the coup, I believe that it's France that did it. I told you because
they backed it. That's why there's no backlashes. That's the impression now, right?
Yeah. The Gabon I know doesn't have that boss. I know. I'm telling you, the Gabon people I know doesn't have that. I'm telling you honestly, it's where I grew up. I'm a Gabonese. No. They don't have. How many are there? Who is going to back them? Where are they? They don't have it. So immediately I saw the coup. Though we are waiting for the coup for a long time. That it should happen. But immediately I saw the coup, I know definitely it's France, because France was already losing ground in Africa. Because France have about 14 countries in Africa. They are collecting resources. So they have lost Burkina Faso. Now Niger Republic, they will lose it definitely. They will not do anything. They will lose it, no matter however they try. The reason why they went to Gabon, because instead of them to lose Gabon, it's better they lose Niger, because Gabon have the whole resources they need. Everything, uranium, everything. Gabon have everything. So they went to block that side. That's the reason why what they did. So Gabon issue is not about Gabonese. Gabonese cannot do anything. I know them very, very well. I know very, very, very well about Gabon.
It's like in-house working and all that. But is that not double standard? Exactly. It is double standard. Or what do you call it?
Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, I have. Today I was driving. Today I had a German military in my car. Today we are discussing. He has lived in Nigeria, and he was in Abuja in 2014, 2017. Then we are talking about Nigeria. He told me, "Let me be honest with you." He was speaking very, very good English. He said, "Let me be honest with you. Nigeria will never get better." Today. That's the reason why I called. I said, "How do you know?" He said, "I know Nigeria even better than you." That's what he told me. He said, the reason why Nigeria will never get better, number one, Nigeria is divided through ethnicity.
I know.
It said, we don't agree together. We are not meant to be together. That's what he said, which is what I was shocked today. I'm telling you honestly.
Because that's the way they see us. They just feel like, how could people who speak different languages be in the same country? Like, they don't even have that in Europe. Yeah. In this country, the moment you have your language, you have your country. That's it.
Exactly. And I told him, you are saying this. Do you know that you guys are the problem that you have in Africa? He said, yes, but you guys accepted it. We came to invade you to make our own because we don't have, and you accepted it. He said the criminals we have is the one that making it. That none of them have Nigerian hearts. None of them. He said he was in Abuja for 2014 to 2017. That none of them have Nigerian heart. None. No single
If you meet them one-on-one and you sit with them, if you are an honest person, you will know they don't have any care. They don't care about Nigeria. If you are closer to these guys, to these people, they don't care about Nigeria. No.
So it baffles me. Nigerians, we keep saying we are waiting for the judiciary to do miracle. Which kind of miracle do you expect judiciary to do? The same Mary Odili that we are talking about today, the same Mary Odili that you're talking, she is one of the panels that is third hope was an mouth.
That's right too. That's true. I omitted that. I nearly forgot that.
She was one of the panels that is third hope was an mouth. This Mary Odili that we are talking about. This is Mary Odili that Buhari regime went to fight. And disobedience fought for her.
I remember.
Everybody tweeted. Now, she is paying Nigeria back with all this. It's to tell you that these people, it's class war that they are fighting. These people doesn't have religion. These people doesn't have ethnicity when they have to show. Tribe, they don't have. No. So it surprised me when Nigerians came and said, we are waiting for the judiciary to do the right thing. The judiciary will never do the right thing, and nothing will happen. I am telling you, if anyone come out on the street, they will kill that person. You know, there is one statement you made last time that touched me so much. You said, when they were killing IPOB, when Nnamdi Kanu was talking, everybody ignored it. Now, they cheat you on election, you are looking for justice. But one man was crying for justice. Nobody thought about it. Which is true. Igbo was crying for justice. Nobody thought about it. Nobody said anything. Now, Nigerians want justice. Yeah, Nigerians want justice. How do you want justice? Whereby when injustice happens to one man, nobody talks about it. Everybody said, yeah, it's Igbo issue. It's a Biafra issue. It's this, it's that. We forget that in our place, we used to say, when one finger touches oil, it touches the whole finger. That's right. Nigeria, this what the military man told me today is Nigeria is in a mess that they can never come out of it. He said Buhari that came, that we know that Buhari was the worst regime, will be a child's play compared to what Tinubu is going to do. Hosting. I was shocked for a military to tell me that. He said, because of our time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maiyegun. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'll take this one. And then we'll kind of do it that way as well, like put the best of our part of our presentation forward first before others, so that at least we won't miss out the good points before the time goes, okay? One name.
Yes, my brother.
Osita.
You have always held you have always hold the bull by the horn. You are the hunter that never misses.
Thank you.
Whenever you set your goal, whenever you set your target, your trap, they will always fall into it.
Thank you. Osita, you are a great observer. You should be my historian in the later life, okay? Yeah. You should be my historian because you will know a lot. We will collectively write a book on you, and it's very soon. Amen to that. But for now, we are in the trenches. The house is about to catch fire, and there is no water in the fire truck. Osita.
You see, what happened in Gabon is not just the French. It's about the greed of African leaders. That man is indisposed. The man that is their president before, is indisposed. He has looked at it, and what did he do? He told his brother, his cousin, let us do this thing this way. We will have the blessing of the West. And that was exactly what they did. It is not just, sometimes, yes, we know the West is a problem for us. But then too, we will look at our own weakness. The weakness of a black man. I am a black man. The weakness of a black man is greed, number one. It's solely greed. They don't even know how to say, oh, I've been there. Then let it be the turn of another person. Let me go. Because when you realize it that I've been there, then let it be the turn of another person. You will make good use of your turn. You will make good legacy so that people will still remember you after so many years you have gone by. Right. Look at in Nigeria today. We still talk about Obafemi Awolowo, we'll talk about Nnamdi Azikiwe. We still talk about Tafawa Balewa. Just because of, I say it, that's because of the little things that they did. But those little things were tangible. But what we have is greedy people in power. So he looked at it that, oh, it is going to come. Instead of this thing has to come from another person, let my cousin do this thing, and we'll call it a coup. Who has seen anybody where they make a coup, they do a coup, and the person that's the victim is there making videos, sending videos to the world
to make noise.
To make noise. Who has seen that kind of a thing? So you will know that this West, they are not killing us without us. They are killing us in conjunction with us, with our own people.
They are killing us with our consent.
Yes, the same people will call our leaders. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. It's a clear evidence what they have on Tinubu, but yet the West, they behave as if they are not saying it. Who do they want? What do they want? They want somebody who they have compromise on so that they can actually use that person to perpetrate their agenda.
Sinister motives.
So if you look at it, the world is feeding today is because of Africa, but the world is not okay today is because of Africa. The meaning of that word is when you look at when they came to Africa, they don't say that particular history. When they came to Africa without guns, the Africans defeated them, drove them away. They went back. That was when they invented guns. They invented guns because of slavery, because of Africa. That was the reason.
The planned invasion of Africa.
Yes. There is one particular video that surfaced during Trump era that here in Atlanta, a policeman a cop stopped a white woman. And he was telling the white woman, why are you afraid? I'm not going to shoot you. We don't shoot white people. We shoot black people. And you think that is not real. It is the truth that they made these guns because of us. They made all these bullets. They made all these submarines, everything. But now, it is beyond the usage only in Africa. It has encompassed everybody. It has surrounded everybody. And now everybody is feeling the heat. So the only way to reset this world is only when a black man recognizes is when we come to realize who we are, then we will know, no matter how good you are. For example, Rwanda, for example, yes, he has done a fantastic job. But the truth is that within 20 years, you are supposed to raise a leader who has the same ideology like you. If you cannot raise a leader, that means you are not a leader as well. You should have been able to within that 20 years. I'm not saying that democracy is not good for Africa. I keep saying it times without number. Because the reason democracy is not good for Africa, the reason democracy is working for the West is because when you look at them, they have all the institution that makes that democracy work for them. We don't have it at all. We don't have it at all.
And it is deliberate that they didn't put them in place, you will say. Won't you agree?
Yes, it is deliberate. They told us to take democracy, but they didn't enforce it that, keep these institutions that will guide you. This is the problem. If China has followed democracy, China will have still been roaming about everywhere in the world. But because they did not follow democracy, they followed their own pattern, their own system of government. What did they do? They did the same thing the United States of America did. They collected every form of government. They sent out their children, go and study everywhere. They got every system of government. They imbibed it in their culture. If somebody is saying that China does not practice capitalism, I will tell somebody it's a lie. Because China has the highest number of multimillionaires in the world. They produce millionaires every 5 minutes. That is what their data give to them. So if they don't practice capitalism, they are not going to have this thing. But the truth is, Africa, until we fashion out a way by which we are going to live and govern ourselves, that is when we will.
That's when we can begin to monitor progress. So, Sita, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for all of that. Let's take another call. Thank you so much. Let's take this. Hello there.
Hey, Baba Maiyegun.
Sir.
First time to get into your program.
I'm glad that you finally got in, sir. How are you?
Very well, very well. I heard that breakfast will be served by Thursday.
By Wednesday, rather. But the effect will not, the effect will last for the rest of the week. You can bet on that, sir.
Week. You don't talk of yes. The food that will feed everybody. You know, my concern is I don't know why we felt so much and we believed in these people. I don't know. I don't know where Nigerians are getting hope that justice will be served. I don't know where.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I don't know how. How did they? It's not like that. I will just scratch my brain. I think, how on earth will somebody come and use Jega sat in certain house and he was speaking all what he said and you believed him? Nigerians will stand up and they will speak and you will believe them. Oh my show.
I mean, I do ask myself that too, right? That even if I want to believe them, there's always a part of me that will say, don't try it. Give them 3 days or you will regret it. So you better don't at all. So I don't put myself in that situation where I will come to regret later and say, and I thought they would mean it. And I thought they're actually going to do it. Me. Ish.
Have you seen when a Nigerian man speaks to you? And again, the truth is that for some of us, really, it's just a pity with telescope ourselves that way all over the world. It's the kind of, it's for some of us anyway, because really, I'm sick. If judgment is served on Wednesday, you know, I told somebody, I said, see, if judgment is served on Wednesday and the judiciary try to take the right step by staying
like
the right,
all of us. I'm even thinking that one, like, quietly, at the time I said that, what if they shock all of us?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm not saying. Don't give us shock. Okay, okay, correct. This, they don't shock all of us. Okay, we've done this thing.
I just say, okay, with every evidence before us, it has been proven that number one, Tinubu didn't win, and it shouldn't even be part of their election or more. You will see the law for the Nigeria judiciary change within seconds.
Is it Nigeria judiciary? I mean, even Tinubu himself, people will love him more. They will say, okay, you are so very. It's like
you didn't use your power. We thought you have already bought the judiciary.
We thought you use your power now. We thought you would do as normal thing now. So you didn't even do anything.
Sir, make imagination no finish me and you, okay? You know, say now imagination me and you they use right now. It's like vivid imagination sat me and you down, and we can't imagine. Here you get before we go too deep. My imagination will finish us.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
Bless you. Anyway, thank you so much, by the way, okay? There's so much that a lot of people would like to say. Some are going to hold their own till Wednesday before they say them. I mean, thanks to everybody who managed to actually say theirs now, okay? So thank you. Bye-bye. Ma, take another one. So I have another caller. You know, in this situation, sorry, my caller, 1 second there. In this situation, okay, because people have lost trust in the institutions of Nigeria, okay, all the institutions. Sometimes you want to believe them. Sometimes you want to expect them to do the right thing. Well, you know, it's so hard that Nigerians are always full of imaginations. You know, it's so easy for Nigerians to say, oh, that one, forget it. We know that's what they do. But for Nigerians to kind of imagine that maybe they won't do that and do the right thing, they would have to use their imagination because it's not real. It's not common. And that's what happened between me and my caller there. They use imagination. Vivid. Hello there.
Maiyegun, vivid imagination. This is your guy, Adiola.
Hey, Adiola. How you doing today, Baba?
Baba, forget to, you know, that imagination is something else entirely. There is a room for imagination.
I'm just trying to be, I'm just like, we know a lot of us who are going to be using imagination. Let's be honest. None of us know what is the content of the judgment, right? But somehow we can easily predict it. But the other way around, we can only use our imagination. What if Tinubu just wanted to be president and then, the court will remove him and he will just go away? What if? Baba na vivid imagination, Adiola. You're short.
No, I think for me, we will follow the route of your system is rigged anyway. We don't exactly. We don't have any. The judiciary doesn't have any autonomy. in the first place. So, number one, let us close that. I don't think it's going to start on Wednesday in the first place. But if it does start on Wednesday, then that will be a start of a new thing. I don't think, we should expect anything different. They will rule in his favor, and things would just go on where it is. I think.
See, Baba, how do those judges even feel? Reading or hearing everything everybody's saying, like almost the entire country don't expect them to do the right thing, even though they want them to do the right thing. Like they just feel like, no, it's not good. How do they feel? Like, imagine if they are holding the judgment right now, and the judgment indicted Tinubu, okay, and did the right thing. How would they be feeling inside their houses watching this program where everybody says, "We know them, John, forget it." You know, I thought that, Adiola. Like, I do.
Well, to be honest with you, they, they haven't been delivering justice to Nigerian people in the first place. So, if you're to go by history and go by their pattern, you wouldn't expect a deviation from what you normally receive in the first place. That's number one. So, if a country's judiciary does not exhibit autonomy in any shape and form, it's very easy to predict that they would not exhibit it when the time comes. So I don't think our hope is in the judiciary. If it is, then that's fine. I don't think our hope is with the military, because
the judiciary. No,
it's not there with the judiciary. It's not there with the military. It's my point. So the military for me is even the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. If you want to see,
they don't move military trucks out by now.
Baba, military, we have evidence. We have evidence of military brutality, killing civilians, anyhow, so that for me is not even our route out of this mess. I strongly believe our route out of this mess is when Nigerians are really, really tired, when push comes to shove, when we are really ready to address the elephant in the room, we will stand up and will be counted and will raise a revolution. I don't think our hope, lies with judiciary. It would be good if they do the right thing. But you and I know, going through, there's a part of there's a part of anthropology. There's part of anthropology that looks at ethnographic studies. If you are used to a particular thing, you do a particular thing, we should expect that you keep on doing it. So a deviation from that is more or less a reverse anomaly. So you shouldn't expect the judiciary to deliver justice, because number one, they're not autonomous. They don't have autonomy. They have never for once, when it counted, to deliver justice where it matters. So I just see it as another, kicking the can down the road, just
for the
exercise.
It's
just a rigorous exercise that they are going through but that vivid imagination is still there. So we can still imagine that maybe last minute they might come up with something different and just do the right thing and say the right thing.
Always that benefit of the doubt, like
you can leave a window open, a tiny window open, but Baba, my window is straight away. I don't think so.
Like something. I don't think so. I tell you, right, Adiola. You see, sometimes, right, there is this part of us that want to give them a benefit of doubt, right?
Maiyegun,
but there's other part of us that will say, don't try it.
I called this program before, and I was telling you about Yemi Kali.
Yeah.
That I called this program. I was telling you about Yemi Kali. When Yemi Kali was there, that MBS was an institution that was autonomous and had autonomy. They could independently trunk out exactly. You could take your money to Nigeria. A lot of companies were relying on our data and investing in that country based on the figures that MBS was trunking out. So if we have institutions that are known to be compromised and have no autonomy, no independent judgment, we shouldn't bother ourselves. Let us stop wishing. Our freedom is in our hands. At some point, we have to take it out. So let us forget the judiciary. Even if the judiciary decides to do it there, well, that's a plus too. Doesn't change anything. We need to fight to relieve the shackles. We need to stand up and be counted.
And a lot of us have the ability to actually fight. If you don't have any before,
Baba, it's all scam. Full employment, but even that thing still they worry me today. The reason I'm saying, so all my degree where I don't read for, should I now put it in the bin? and forget the degrees of that I get Okada and we do Okada business. You know, because for me, Baba, Maiyegun, there's no autonomy anywhere. The judiciary doesn't have any autonomy. It's not independent,
right? How could anybody now expect them to actually do anything right?
No. They should go back to the past and see how they're behaving.
You know, Baba.
So you shouldn't expect a turnaround. Baba, so Wednesday we will sit down and hear the news, whatever they're saying.
Baba, it is less than 30 hours now, or less than 36 hours, by the way. So we're almost there. Thank you, Adiola.
We're almost there. Baba, God bless you, sir. Bye.
Nice one. So if you are watching me right now, my caller, please hang on for me for a second. I want to say thank you to all of you who are all of you who have actually liked that broadcast as I asked. So thank you. So if we are still this many, it means that some of you haven't really done that. So leave the comment section for a sec. Go to that under this video, right? Tap it, just tap it there. Once, that's you liking it. If you are just watching this without a YouTube account, you should have one. You know what I mean? That will make it easier for you to actually subscribe onto the channel and you won't miss anything. Not now. You don't want to. So thank you. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening,
sir. How are you?
I'm fine, Maiyegun. I just want to thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you, sir.
You're doing a great job. I started listening like a month ago, and I've never missed a day. I just want to follow up with the guy that spoke before me.
Right. Adiola.
Adiola, yes. By the way, my name is Marvin, right? And I'll be calling regularly.
Please do, so that I can actually get, kind of used to your call too. So yeah, Baba.
Yes.
You wanted to speak after Adiola, or what?
Exactly, and I follow. Some of the things he said. Nigeria, he said, our destiny is in our hands.
That's right.
And it's so true. But the thing is, the ethnic spread of Nigeria is what makes revolution in Nigeria very difficult.
Very difficult, if not impossible.
Exactly, because somebody steals from Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa, they say, leave our thief for us, right? And so the youth will not coalesce in one voice from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, and have one purpose. They will bring something in between and say, no, they are doing it because he's Igbo. They are doing it because he's Yoruba.
That's right.
And our diversity has been fighting against us. In my view, Nigeria is almost done for. You know this thing called state capture?
Yes.
Nigeria is the classical case of state capture. Nigeria has been properly captured. Exactly. And they've done it with so much subtlety over the years that, there's this rat, there's this rat that we know in Igbo land that when he bites you, he'll be blowing air on you, so you will know that he's biting you.
That's what they say now. They say if you have, it's not just in Igbo land, you did Yoruba land too, right? We call the rat, Ajeni Feni. Is a Yoruba name, it's a Yoruba meaning of something that actually scrape and eat you, and while it's actually there scraping and hitting your skin, it will be blowing you cold here, like
exactly. We call it okay Iboyi in Igbo.
Okay,
right?
Ugboyi, he said.
Iboyi. So Oyi is air, you'll be blowing you air. Exactly.
We have the same in Yoruba land, Baba. Tell me more.
Exactly. So this is what all of these politicians and their business counterparts have done to Nigeria. That's what they've done. And now they've so impoverished our people that who can consistently come out and demonstrate in Nigeria for 1 week? It's hard. Someone has to be bringing money to feed, otherwise the people will dissipate and nothing will happen.
And that shocked the rest of them that
because there was a political interest in the NSAS. Okay, NSAS. Yes. Oh, NSAS and the subsidy demonstration during Jonathan's time, right?
Yeah.
So there was an interest to do something that made it work. Exactly. If we can coalesce on something of that nature, then we can get our country back. If that doesn't happen, forget. If that doesn't happen, forget it. Nigeria
until then, we should just keep going in the wilderness and see where the wind blows.
It's so perplexing. Because it's affecting all of us here. You give somebody 50,000 naira or 100,000 naira in Nigeria, it's almost next to nothing.
I know.
So it's all of us. We're all suffering it, even though you're here in the diaspora. We are all in the same boat, you know, more or less.
A lot of them don't understand that too, Melvin. Like, as Nigeria gets harder and harder, as these criminals, ruins Nigeria economy, you know, again and again and again, there is actually a mounting pressure on so many of us in the diaspora too. Melvin, if you look back, for example, for five years ago, compare what you usually have to give to support people in Nigeria and the people you support.
Correct.
What you do right now, and compare both 5 years ago and now, and tell me if you are not feeling the brunt of the destruction of Nigeria in your own finances, right?
We're all feeling it. We're all feeling, and I think what's going to happen on Wednesday is that I think they probably will give the victory to Obi, right?
Something is telling you that.
Yeah, they will give it to Obi and Atiku.
You cannot avoid, like, you cannot. You cannot afford to not say it, because there's
they will give it, right?
Okay,
and then Supreme Court, they'll squash it. They will give it to cool down the temperature. I think that's what they might do, but I'm not 100% there. But I'm thinking that the temperature is so high that they might be a little bit apprehensive.
Because of the evidence that are out there that is giving you that impression, or it's just like, you know, something.
To be honest with you, if they don't do anything close to that, Nigeria is done. You know why? Because when you destroy the judiciary, the country is done. There's nothing like, because the whole world is watching. There's nothing like foreign direct investment anymore, because any investor coming to Nigeria knows that his money is not safe.
Could lose all their money.
It's the rule of law that enables international investment into your country. Now, they destroyed that one by this. The whole world is watching, because the evidence that have mounted against Tinubu is too much. Now, I'm just going to listen keenly on Wednesday how they are going to, you know, strike all of these things off.
I know. And I'm interested in the judgment myself. I'll bring the copies to this program. Come and read how they arrive at their judgment here.
We want to hear. I'm so keen to hear this thing, my brother. I want to hear it, how they're going to.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go on and on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, brother.
You have a good one, okay?
Keep up the good work, man. I love you, brother.
Thanks. All right. Thanks a lot. Such a gentleman. And sometimes you see, it may look bleak, I understand, and people kind of want to share themselves. I wish I could just keep sharing you up right now. Keep giving you or saying things you want to hear to you, so that you can go to bed tonight, not worried, no nothing. Then tomorrow again, I'll come back and start saying things you want to hear to you. But I don't want to be responsible for the outbreak that will follow, okay? I don't want to open my studio on a Wednesday, and here I am, consoling people that I gave impression that don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry, they don't bond them well. You know what I mean? So I'm doing my best to make it more sort of conversational enough that at least all of us will kind of be in the mood of whatever stunt they want to perform on Wednesday, and you will not be caught unaware. But there's always something there that tells you that maybe they will do the right thing. Just maybe they will do it. I cannot rule them out completely. I understand. Okay, and I respect that. But manage your expectation. Baba, is the best advice you can get when it comes to this Nigeria. Don't ever forget that. Hello there.
Hello, MaiyegunDiary.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I am very well. How are you, sir?
I'm surviving. Oh, thanks for asking. Here we are on our road to Damascus. Baba, you don't buy your tickets? Because free ticket deal.
I have been laughing.
Road to Damascus. And they tell you, free of charge.
On the road to Damascus, that what is his name? Saul fell from his horse.
That's right.
An expert rider that fell from his horse on the road to Damascus. Maiyegun, this is not different from what happened to Saul.
Now, I would love to actually use that illustration as well to share your view on what Wednesday would likely look like. Do you have one?
Maiyegun, I will tell you, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a clear picture. But first of all, I hope you know who is speaking.
I should.
let me just take away the suspense. This is innocent of you. So I've been trying for a very long time.
What I wanted to say? I actually believe that you are joining us from Turkey, are you?
No, from United Arab Emirates.
UAE.
Dubai, to be precise.
I keep mixing it up, right? Yeah. I've got Gada, right? Your number seems to kind of your preface to kind of look similar, but sorry about that.
Yeah, they look similar. Yeah,
how are you feeling? You sound better.
Yeah, of course, I have fully recovered, and Nigerian situation can make someone go deep in depression if you focus on that. But I thank goodness that we have people
of going into depression.
I am so happy that we have the tempo that you cheer us up every evening, and I must thank you for that.
Thanks,
so without taking much time, let me give you my own view of what I think will happen on Wednesday. Like you said, it's very sudden. They don't want to have this judgment. All of a sudden, it is on Wednesday. Okay, now. I have said it several times. It's not that I am expecting something to change, but I want to witness this abracadabra 100%. I just want to witness it, irrespective of the enormous, insurmountable, that is without doubt, evidence against cold, how these justice nuisance will turn it up and say PDP or AP or Labour Party did not prove their case. I just want to witness it. I can't even wait for this Wednesday to come.
How they arrive at that?
Yes.
So angry.
Yes.
What do they mean by this one here? I said, well, it's what they mean. They said no evidence. No evidence, care. But yeah.
I know they don't have shame. Honestly, just like yesterday, if I was on the comment section, I was so angry about the what's his name, Mary Odili. I was so disappointed. I know. Oh my goodness, I never knew that such thing can come from a woman of that stand. I was hoping that she will do better. Oh, how long was I? Maiyegun general, that yesterday I was very angry that she can, make such utterances, because even if she sounds very confused, like a novice, an ignoramus, a highly educated intellectual like her coming to
it's all
embarrassing.
Corruption they do people be that. Corruption not make them shame.
Oh my goodness! I was so ashamed.
Threatening the whole country, honestly, telling them that if you are cheated in an election, you should accept the defeat. Like, why would you use
that you have to accept the defeat? Maiyegun, just listen to what she said. She said, those that we are finding the embers of tribalism and bigotry. But the people she was siding, they are the ones guilty of that particular offense. It's like she's confused. Like she doesn't understand even what she was saying yesterday. I was so ashamed. I was so embarrassed on her behalf. Okay, today you just told us that he has left with his family to the UK. Okay, now. Okay.
They were hiding. They were
goodness.
Dodging, like doing like this at the VIP lounge of Abuja Airport. They were like that.
Abuja Airport.
Is that not Odili? Are those not the Odilis? Where are they going? You know what I mean? They were leaving Nigeria. They were not joining the main queue. I wonder why people didn't even take the pictures and the video. But it was like it happened so fast and they just disappeared. Right. I think we might have lost Innocent. Are you still there? Right. I think we've lost Innocent.
Innocent.
So
Hello, my good general.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I greet you. I'm fine, and you?
I greet you too, Adeo, Baba. Thanks for asking.
Yes. Now, the last caller before this one, that man is just a dreamer.
Yeah?
He's a dreamer. These people are criminals. They have already this thing. When you see those pastors coming, Kumuyi, Adoboye, they are coming to give you hope. This to the new hope, to the government, the fool Nigeria, the foolish Nigeria. They come to the new. They already see the result. The result is their hand. That criminal, that woman, Mary Odili, that woman is a criminal. It's a big criminal. You know why those kind of people live in the country? Because we don't have mafias. These people are supposed to live. That's not true. We don't need to deceive ourselves. No mafias. In countries, other countries, when you see mafias,
mafia be the problem. You don't know.
No, don't be mafia. But mafia is supposed to. We need to have not this mafia that I'm talking to you. It's not government. They are government mafias. They are what we call civilian mafias. People that are doing business.
On their own terms, outside the.
Yes. Outside the government. Yes. They have their business, doing their business, monitor the country, how things are going. Anything that will disturb their business. This is individuals. They have the mafias moving. Those kind of woman don't supposed to leave. He's supposed to be assassinated for a long time. That woman was working for PDP. He worked for PDP all the time. Now he have joined FDC.
APC. Since we're wicked don't join APC, so she's now.
That's what they're doing. This is their work. This is what these people are doing. The husband is a criminal. Odili have many cases for the hand. He gives the money, the way that he's sharing money when he was a governor.
Yes.
Every night, he will call his people, share the money, 20 million, 5 million, 60 million. This is what he was doing that time. Nothing. That's what he was doing. These people are called criminals. Now, we count of them. If the country, you see, you know where I hate Nigeria?
Yeah.
The country always talk about peace. They always talk about peace. They never talk equal rights and justice. How can you get peace in the country without equal rights and justice? Yes, you can never. This is why I hate that country. Anybody that will come, he will talking about peace. What do you mean? What do you mean by peace? How can peace reign? You take my team. You are telling me about peace. He will not give me justice.
United, unity beggars.
Yes, unity beggars. They never talk about injustice. The people are facing every blessed day. How can people have peace without justice and equal rights? It can never be happen. You need to do something. They need to do something. So these people are just deceiving themselves. Mary Odili, all of them have seen the results. Them know what they are doing is damage control. That's what they are doing. They are first now telling people to give him the hope. If you understand, you will know their word. We already understand them.
We do.
Nowhere Peter will. Nowhere, even Peter. Peter can never see. Instead of to give Peter present, they give him Atiku. Let me tell you the truth. Let's not deceive ourselves.
They say they don't tell him. They don't tell him waiting go happen already. From what I hear, right? But to him, it's like, yes, they go ahead, do it in they won't do. They should go ahead and do it, and
yes,
they go deal with it. Obi don't know. Say
let me tell you.
Like waiting I hear.
Yes. Yes. The only mafian was this guy, the vice president, the deputy of Obi, Ahmed.
Gatti.
Ahmed, you know. Ahmed, if you watch that guy work, he's a Fulani man. He believes in violence. And Nigeria is only violent. Them read their Bible. Their Bible tell them, say, the children of God, they join the Baptist of God and violence, take it by force. Without violence, nothing you can get. That man, no. If you watch, that man don't believe that Judicial. He was telling them beginning. Yes, he's telling them beginning. Let's intercede. If you obey know what they're doing, that day they call that 4 o'clock result. The seat, everybody will intercede. That's the only last opportunity. This one, delay, this one will not work again. That's the only opportunity they have. That's what I was expecting. As if he passed this stage, nothing again. And Ahmed, no. If he passed that is nothing again. That's why the guy was, if watching that guy's statement, all his statement, he never believed in that judge. He always tell you.
I said, boys, you know, if he just talk anyhow, because, you know, but you know, he said, look at the Senate President, Akpabio.
Look at the man. Yes.
Look at the one, the former Senate President, Lawan.
Yes,
he ain't contested for president. He no contested Senate. He be senator right now. Are you now saying that the same judiciary go give us judgment? Okay, yeah,
no,
that's why
it can't be happened. You know, the man only thing. Peter Obi is only they have calling Peter Obi. They have dialogue with Peter Obi. Peter Obi know what they're doing. They are just they threatening him, tell him you have to pull down, let the court take over.
You know, it be like, so because
yes,
you know, do what you want to do, okay? Make the whole world see what you
yes.
Then nobody go.
Yes.
They go see what you do before everything.
Yes.
Somehow, yeah.
Yes. That's the only thing. Obi he knows. He just they follow them because in that when people are talking of big justice for Anambra State, Anambra is a state. Who give Obi justice was Obasanjo. It's not Nigeria. Nigeria is a terrorism country. We don't have anything to work. Nothing can work there forever. If Jesus come from heaven, he can never do Nigeria. Get any good, no good thing that come to Nigeria. Nigeria need to pieces. Everybody got their way. Me here, I'm very angry. I know the history of the country. My people tell me my people face injustice without peace. So I'm not happy with that country. If I have anything without justice, I will talk about that country. Destroy the country. Everybody will go. Yes, nobody, all of us that ignoring our parents have what they passed through. The people that enjoy this country is elite. From beginning, go and watch your background.
They don't run away.
All of them are yes. Now we are suffering. Our people bring up to telling us about this country. No peace. You talk about Biafra after the war. You do not call the people to dialogue. Look, the peace, settle everything. People go. You talk about the people money. You are looking for the peace. You are looking for peace
position and all that. Remember?
Yes. Tell me how the country will get peace.
You know, you
think that he just wake up and start. Yeah. You have the parents pass the truth. You know this thing. I myself, I know the thing. I passed. My children will still hesitate if they did not settle it. I have told my children too. No peace in that country. Let us not deceiving ourselves. Nothing like deceiving. Talking about election. Forget about election. He have gone. Tinubu have done in mathematics. Let them forget about it. Share that country. Let everybody go. Destroy. If you have nuclear weapon, anybody bring it and throw. Do experiment in Nigeria. Nothing again. I have lost hope there. Nothing. Thank you very much.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much for all of that. You know, when people speak from their heart like that, a lot of you may hear that and laugh, but you have no idea people. The number of people who actually feel exactly like that man who just spoke right now, that caller. And if you do, you understand what is lurking behind this the curtains. You say, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Sir.
Franco ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ báwo fọdà.
Hey, Tabu. How are you, sir?
Mo ti try pẹ́ mi kì í wọlé ọ̀hún jẹ́ kí n ráyè wọlé màá kàn òkè. Mi ráyè lè nìyẹn. Wàá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ it's very tough. But of course, all need láti wà busy because people are seriously angry with Nigeria. Not just angry. We can't wait for Nigeria to explode. Mo sọ fún ẹ. Mi ò lè dúró kí Nigeria explode. Mi ò lè dúró because Maiyegun mi ìfẹ́ mọ bó ṣe kò bá jẹ́ bí nuclear weapon tí America tán lò fún Hiroshima àbí Nakashima ní Japan gbà yẹn tó explode gbogbo exactly àní kí Nigeria ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀ kí kọ́ level Nigeria kó má sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ Nigeria.
Literally let me know like literally because tó bá lo Nagasaki bomb àbí Hiroshima bàbá àwọn tó bá máa kú máa kọ́ sáré àwọn èèyàn wa tó máa kú máa pọ̀ gan àwọn tó bá survive gan wọ́n lè máa bímọ lórí méjì ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ mẹ́rin and all of that stuff o ẹ̀rọ dáadáa.
Maiyegun sọ fún mi wọn ò tí ì fún wa ní nuclear whatever gan ṣé kò ti dà nǹkan tó sọ ṣé kò ti dà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣé Nàìjíríà ò dà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. No be today they ask for they ask for 7 million láti to do operation fáwọn ọmọ twins méjì tí wọ́n lẹ̀ papọ̀ tí àwọn bíọ́mbì 7 million fún wọn lẹ́nìí láì tí ju nuclear weapons sáàrin àwọn èèyàn tí ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Àwọn èèyàn tí ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá rí man nìyẹn that man shouldn't be more than 42-43 years but that man looks like 60 years old. It's not that maybe bóyá ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ orí stress wà lára ẹ̀ fún iṣẹ́. That man is hungry. Ebi ń pa mánu yẹn. And let me just show more. How people are talking about election, whatever. Seriously, Maiyegun, I don't care about Nigeria. I don't care. Me care about Nigeria. Baba mi ò bá jẹ president. I don't care. Because Nigeria will exist more Nigeria will exist more. And what I'm telling you to the show,
there are so many people totally disconnect from Nigeria like that. Mentally disconnected from Nigeria. Even if they are Nigerian or outside, you know what I mean?
I'm number one.
Like mentally,
and I'm telling mentally, physically, emotionally, morally, financially disconnect. Because how can I? It's just an empty playing field in Nigeria. How could that be empty playing field? Pé àwọn adìyẹ sí pé ẹ dàgbàdo fún wọn kó máa jẹ tàbí ẹ dá ọkà bàbà fún wọn kó máa jẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí ní life. We don't have life.
It's sad.
Wọ́n wá fi àmọ́ ibi tí mo fẹ́ lọ sí má bínú brother mi. Wọ́n wá fi religion wọ́n gbé sáàárín wa kó máa dá wàhálà lẹ̀. Because mọ̀dí tó fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ torí pé one Tinubu wà lórí oyè. Wọ́n ní Muslim ticket, àbí?
Yeah.
Wọ́n ti mọ̀ yìí pé táwọn bá ṣe Muslim ticket yẹn, ìlú Ìlọrin wà ńbẹ̀. Yoruba nation pariwo pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ. Biafra nation, they are screaming they want to leave. And I will tell you something today. Biafrans they already gone. They already left Nigeria. There is nothing anybody can do about it.
It's just a matter of time before it becomes official.
It's just a matter of time before it becomes official. Thank you, my brother.
God bless
Biafra you. Already gone. Biafra already gone. Because why? By the time they finish with Yorubas, Tobati conquer Yoruba little by little, the way they did it to Hausas. I swear to God, they won't sit on round table with Biafrans. They will just declare Biafrans nation because they already conquered Yoruba like Hausas. That's why to feel to get we pay àwọn ọmọ Fulani, the Fulanis that are in Ilorin, they are the one creating problems in Yoruba land now because wọ́n fẹ́ kí Yoruba kúrò because wọ́n fẹ́ di Yoruba mọ́lẹ̀. Omi tó wà ní Victoria Island yẹn tí Dangote kọ́ kíní sí yẹn, that is where their eyes is. Ibi tó fẹ́ lọ nìyẹn. Ibi tó fẹ́ lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa Yorùbá rò wípé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn ló ń ṣe, ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ ni Fúlàní ń bá yín ṣe. Lọ́ ṣe lè máa pìtàn pé Álímì ló ní Ìlọrin. Ìlọrin gbogbo àwọn pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. Màá rán wọn létí the last time tí a sọ wípé tí Yorùbá nation hot ta ní kó máa gbé oúnjẹ, we asked them not to bring food to our land. Mm-hmm. You know where they stopped. You know where they stopped.
They stopped there.
Oh my God, they stopped. It's not Ilorin. They stopped.
Ajeba or
the
so,
border,
that border
exactly,
area, I think, yeah?
Exactly. So they knew that's where that's where the Yoruba land started from. So they stopped from there. They didn't stop at Ilorin.
They didn't.
But now, look at it now. They want to claim Ilorin to be part of North.
They've already claimed it.
They've already claimed it.
Baba, see, they call them North Central. You know that?
They call them, imagine, and ọmọ àlè Yorùbá máa wà ńbẹ̀ á ní pé Álímì kan kìnnìkan ẹ wá ń gbé àlejò sórí àwọn ọba yín. Àwọn pípì fẹ́ sọ yín dẹrú. Wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé táwọn bá jẹ́ kí Igbo, if they allow Igbos to live now, they won't accomplish their mission. And that mission was from their forefather, Usman Danfodio. And now they want to enslave us. So that we can be their slave like they enslave Hausas.
And then,
people are already left Nigeria.
Yes.
My brother.
Probably, people will be asking if,
Yoruba
who is
exists.
real Yoruba, who is not real Yoruba.
Who is the real Yoruba?
The real Omoko probably will push it
aside. Benny, the real Omoko. Look at them. Have you ever seen anybody calling himself, I'm a Fulani Igbo?
Never. I've never heard of it.
Have you? Me, I've never heard of that. But you will see people telling, I know we have now, look at how they started. Hausas are the owner of northern part of Nigeria. Now, we used to, exactly. I remember now, Babami. Now they said Hausa Fulani. When they said Hausa Fulani, yeah, but now
there's nothing called Hausa Fulani. You are either
there's nothing called Hausa Fulani. If you tell Ben Babami, if you tell Fulani now, are you Hausa Fulani? You say, hey, Damboreba Shege Hausa Ke. He will tell you I'm a Fulani I'm superior to Hausa person.
I'm superior to Hausa. They said they saved the Hausas. Baba, you know what they said, right? They said they saved the Hausas from worshipping. They say Hausas are idol worshippers. The same way they call Yorubas idol worshippers. They said they saved the Hausas from ruins. Today, they don't flex muscle with them. Now, today in northern Nigeria, Hausa versus Fulani. Now, war like Third World War. But people don't know that down south.
But I will now tell you something now.
Tell us.
Now, they want to bring it up now. Very soon, you will be, in fact, not very soon. They are already telling us now that they have Yoruba, Fulani.
Yoruba, Fulani.
Yoruba, Fulani. And that is what I want my Yoruba people to know. That Ipa,
Ipa ò dẹ̀ ní jọ ẹpọ̀n. Kò jọ ẹpọ̀n.
Ipa ò dẹ̀ ní jọ láyé. Kò ní jọ láyé láyé.
So, kò ní jẹ́ ti bàbá tọmọ.
Kò lè jọ láyé láyé gún.
Kó má làálàá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kó má làálàá. Ní pé anybody má ṣe tiẹ̀. Kí Yorùbá nation dúró. Kí everybody ní identity ẹ̀. Mo mọ ibi tí mo ti wá. Bójú Ondo ni mo ti wá. Mọ̀ pé bàbá àti ìyá mi Ondo ni. I'm a full Yoruba blood. Not you telling me you are coming from Futajelo and you are now telling me you are a Yoruba man because no, you are not. You are not. I'm really angry with this because I don't want Hausa Fulani and I don't want Fulani Yoruba in my tribe because they are wicked. They are wicked. They are not human beings. They are animal. And I will tell you because that is what they want. They wanted to enslave us so that we can be like Hausa to Fulani. And you can never hear you can never hear Igbo Fulani because the Igbos know what they are doing.
Or Fulani Igbo. Never. It's impossible.
Or Fulani Igbo. Even they will never allow that.
Even Fulani themselves will never say they
are. We never even claim Igbo.
Even if they speak Igbo, because there are those of them who speak Igbo. You know, they learn our language anyway.
Yeah. Can they claim it? But look at my Yoruba. Yoruba, Ọlọ́run á gbà yín o. Ọlọ́run á gbà yín. Tó bá wù yín, kẹ́ má ṣe etí yín, kẹ́ má àánú. We say Yoruba people are they are generous. They are this, they are that. Accommodative, they are this, they are that. Generous stupid ni wọ́n pè stupidity àgọ̀ ẹni tó bá gbóyìnbó àgọ̀ ni wọ́n pè ìgbà tó bá yá wọ́n á pàyàwó wọ́n á pa ọmọ yín wọ́n á sọ pé àwọn làwọn jogún ilé tẹ́ ẹ kọ́ nígbà tó bá yá ẹ̀rí bọ́ yẹn ń ṣe àwọn Hausa àbí ẹ̀rí bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe wọ́n that is how they will start bouncing on you people. They are just waiting. They just want to get slowly, bit by bit. Now look at Sanwo-Olu, my brother. Sanwo-Olu is saying you are building infrastructure where people are hungry, infrastructure where there is no security, infrastructure to jẹ́ wípé ìlú tá a wà. Anytime Nigeria can explode at any time. Deal with the real situation.
Baba,
why are you guys not
take another one because of our time? Baba, you and I can hear all night, you know now. Thank you so much, Baba. I appreciate it. Not everybody actually kind of like that because they couldn't understand some of them. But I love the fact that he was mixing them all together, speak English here and there. Everything you heard in English. Actually what he was saying in Yoruba, in case if you are wondering, like, okay, what did he say? Come and tell us. Is there reminding all of us, sorry, my caller, is there reminding all of us that, situation in Nigeria has gone worse. Like people can keep pretending, okay? Then he went on to dig into what they are doing in Yoruba land. The trick and all of that, trying to cut down the Yoruba tradition and culture by trying to kind of make, as you are witnessing today, the Sheshe fight and all that. So he kind of made it clearer that this is not about religion fight. It's more or less about control and the land. And they are already controlling part of the waters in Yoruba land anyway. So yeah. So if we don't wake up, we're going to end up as the Hausas. Back in the days, we used to hear Wazobia. Wa is the Yoruba. Zo is the Hausa. Bia is the Igbo. So they said the three major ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. With the major, when they say major, we are talking about with the size of the population that they control within Nigeria. Wa, the Yoruba is come. Zo is come in Hausa. Bia is come in Igbo. Today, Hausas cannot stand alone anymore. They call them Hausa Fulani. Hausa Fulani. Hausa Fulani. And you will never hear anything called Igbo Fulani or Fulani Igbo. Or we are beginning to hear the Fulani Yoruba now. Yoruba Fulani. Fulani Yoruba. So before we know it, that's what he was talking about. Sorry, my caller. I had to say that, okay? Sorry for keeping you waiting. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sir?
Yeah, it's clear, loud and clear.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm going to address the last caller. I think he got it all wrong. He got it all wrong in many ramifications. I can understand where it's coming from. He does not even understand. Yeah, it does not even understand what the Igbos even are not even united. Not all the Igbos are for Biafra. I will know the reason why. Yeah, okay, let me just break it down. Let me start. Everybody comes here and shouting revolution, revolution, revolution. The other young man earlier said the army is not the solution and all that until we get up. When are we going to stand up?
For real.
When are we going to stand up? We're talking about the future of Nigeria. We're talking about survival of this entity called Nigeria, so that we can break it and so that everybody will go their separate ways. Some people are in a Big Brother house showing their private parts and messing about young people. They've dumbed them down with entertainment. A lot of young men, everybody wants to be like Davido, which is nothing wrong and all that. How many of them are active to take back their country? So revolution, you cannot do revolution with mouth. You come to Maiyegun, I want revolution, Yoruba nation, Yoruba. That is bullshit. Revolution is a serious business. You don't do revolution with sticks and stones.
You don't do it in a day. Revolution is something that until you get what you want, you don't leave the streets. So yeah, we should understand what we are making. Yeah, go on.
The Fulani people that are grazing their cows and all that are carrying AK-47, you're talking revolution. Wake up, people. Wake up. These people are not ready to leave. The only language, I said that the other day, yeah, and I'm saying it again, the only language you understand is force. Like the other gentleman that I called for yes, so be it. That's the only thing that will put fear in them, so that even their children that are coming up, because remember, their children, they have been grooming them for this mindset. They are going to grow. The young thief will grow to the old thief. Right. So we need to put the fear of God in them, so that they will not grow and do what their parents did. All that money they've cutted. Do we know how much Odili cutted to the UK? It will be enough for her to stay for the next 5 years, without touching Nigeria. Now, back to this last caller, what he was saying that that everybody should go about the Yorubas in Kwara State and all that. Listen, the Yoruba in Kwara State are not. What is the percentage of them in Kwara State compared to the other Yoruba in Nigeria? They're not the problem. They're not the problem. Yeah, Tinubu and his gang, are they not the minute people that wants to give the whole Yoruba people bad name? Now, by insulting the Hausa Fulanis, please, we should just let's be cerebral, let's be sensible. Is that not a Fulani? And there are many others. You'll be shocked. There are many others like Dati and all that do not support all this criminality. So please, let us watch our words and the way we generalize things and throw blanket statements. Because you're
to paint everybody like everybody can jump in and say all these Igbos are like that. Like that's wrong. Oh yeah, Yorubas are like this and that. That would be wrong. Look at them. I get what you mean. Go on, Baba.
The real Omoale of Yoruba land is Tinubu and his stupid gang. They are the people that give him Yoruba people bad name. They are the real Omoale of Yoruba land. So we should not just come here and be generalizing. And listen, we can come here and say Yoruba nation. IPOB will say Nnamdi Kanu or nothing. The day we'll be ready to face these people with our guns and all that, and they start bringing down planes and official planes from the sky, and they start shooting them down, then then they will know that the people are serious. We're waiting for them on Wednesday and all that. But I can tell you categorically.
I think I like your subtle way of passing that message to say, listen, until the day we all have that mindset that asking whatever we are asking for, there are some expected responsibility from us, not just saying them. If you come out and say, go on.
And it's not just about mouth. It has to be dynamic. We have to. Unfortunately, somebody is going to die. Unfortunately, someone is going to get hurt. That is the reality.
So we must know that when we make all those kind of utterances as well, it's a serious issue.
We must. Yeah, this is a serious issue for you to look at during the apartheid regime. People died. If they sat down there and say, the white should go, should leave our land, till today they would have been in apartheid. Mandela will have died in prison.
You're right.
Yeah, and Mandela will have died in prison. So anybody that's listening to this here, until you are ready to carry up arms, if he has to come to that, I know that. Please don't come to MaiyegunsDiary or any other place and that starts shouting
to underplay other people's work. You know what? You know something there is this. And somebody actually raised that a while back to say every time people come on MaiyegunsDiary, Politico, and said people should wake up, people should do the right thing. It is like we are not acknowledging the role that the young and the old people played in this 2023. They are shook the establishment. Some people did that, and they are in Nigeria. So if we look around and be like they didn't do anything, it's like we are saying those people are sleeping.
Yeah, and they do not comprise of one tribe. It cuts across every ethnicity and tribe.
We should always acknowledge that.
Somebody in the comment section, let me just address him. Listen, my name is Jide. Yeah, I'm not a Fulani person. I know that. You don't throw blanket statement at people. I know that. I am not. See, for us to all go our ways, which I support 110%, we need to break down the nation of Nigeria. We need to put our hands together. The IPOB, the Yoruba nation, everybody, we need to put our hands, because we've got one common enemy, and bring them down. Then we'll talk about
enemy, and then you can
destroy and this fake contraption called Nigeria. We'll bring it down, break it, then we can divide and go our way peacefully. That's it. It's just as simple as that.
That is doable only if all of us are divided over the singular. I get that. You made a valid point.
It's just as simple as that. So we can talk and have national conference and all that. See, Wednesday, nothing will change. Man, they were going to surprise us again. Everybody will get upset and all that. I've already started preparing my. You said this about a month ago, and I give it a very thought. And everything you have said, it just says self-fulfilling prophecy. It has started playing out. We've seen all the utterances, so we know what they're going to say on Wednesday. And I've prepared my mind.
Thank you so much, okay, for adding answer to this tonight, okay? So that it doesn't.
By the way, I sent you something earlier this afternoon. I think you've already put it out anyway. You should check.
Okay, great. Double check as well again. Okay, Jude, thank you so much for calling in. Okay, you have a wonderful night over there. Now, this is where we're going to draw the curtains. My time is up, and 3 hours is up as well. I promise you, tomorrow we're going to have another session, which is going to make it like a 24 hours. Sorry, less than 10 hours or 12 hours before the judgment. So where everybody can still come and have theirs and all of that. But until then, I want to advise all of us to kind of manage to take it easy, okay? The destiny of what's going to happen to Nigeria in the next coming days and weeks lies on the shoulder of these men and women. These men and women. Now, whatever their judgment is, there are people who believe that they will do the right thing. Give them the benefit of the doubt, okay? And let them do their job. However, in the face of the evidence, the constitution, and every other thing that people think we should also hold dear about Nigeria, right? If they go off the line or off the track and we can read and tell, there will also be reactions. Now, what's going to happen after what is what people are not so sure of? Others are hoping that this is just going to be like a common kind of, agitation, where people are just going to feel agitated, cheat us, and then everything will go down. Or maybe it's going to be the Achilles heel that's going to bring Nigeria down to our knees. Even the elite are aware of this. I haven't gotten to the stage of not being sure or how they plan to play it out. On MaiyegunsDiary Politico, when I see it, I will share it. When I hear it, I will share it. And that is something you can always count on. So next time we see, it is going to be the eve of the Judgment Day, which is going to be on Wednesday. You don't want to miss that. I will see you some other time. Thank you very much for the evening. Like the broadcast if you haven't already. Share this broadcast as well. Subscribe onto my channel so that when I come on next, you would get the notification. Stay safe and good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.